Full forward for the Doggies.
Nearly ready to go here at the Bennett Oval in Whyalla. The umpire has the ball in his hand. It's the yellow football, waiting for the first bounce. And caller.
The umpire holds the ball aloft. He's about to whack the Ross Faulkner into the terra firma. It'll be Curtly Ambrose opposed to Moller. Boo Moller, we'll call him. His first name's Radley, a rather different Christian name. The ball hits the ground. Ambrose tried to get a kick away. Morgan, the recruit from Essendon, couldn't get ball to boot. The tackling's pretty fierce. In there is Matthew Ashley, who was a good player last week. High as jump on top. Also distributing a little bit of weight there was Julian Waite. But the umpire will bounce about 15 metres away from the centre circle.
Great start. No player giving an inch here as well. All players rushing in, and that ball's going to be fiercely contested here today.
And this is a big ground, the Bennett Oval here at Whyalla. Yet there's about 25 players congesting around the ball. Still on the bottom of the pack. Ashley tried to get a kick away. Going through solidly is Scotty Lee with the crew cut. He's got the bullet head tonight.
Have a look at that head.
Yes, Scotty Lee looking very different, the veteran back into the side, and 54 years of age, and what a great player, 193 games.
Looks like he's put on a pound or two as well.
You're saying he's pumped up in the gym, I would presume, Darren. Very kind. Curtly Ambrose front position, Moller from behind, the ball goes to ground. Yet to see an effective kick away. Laurie, once again, will have a ball up.
Yes, indeed we will. Our fourth ball up of the afternoon's proceedings. We've hit 1 minute in this first quarter. No score on the Mile End Office Furniture scoreboard as the umpire will bounce the ball. Centre wing. Up she goes. Up goes Moller. Neither ruckman really got that. Darren Smith gets a kick up towards half forward right. Here's McAdam on the half back line. Tries to run around his opponent there hard. Dribbles a kick forward towards Scotty Lee, who taps it back to McAdam. Now McAdam on the left foot up towards the centre wing. Round number 20 this afternoon. Good with the front of the ball. With the foot, he kicks it up towards the half-forward left position, and the ball goes over the boundary line and out of play. Hugh Reimers, or Reimers as we should say, and there'll be a boundary throw in 70 metres around up to $5. Boundary throw in. 2 minutes played in this first term. Up goes Ambrose, gets the fist of the ball. Right up the central district and takes the ball 70 metres out from goal. Looks to go long towards the goal. It's a good looking kick up towards the forward goal. On a 45-degree angle, 40 metres out from goal.
Vision now, because he had a couple of options. He had Ewing short, decided to go for his full forward in Conway, and Conway made no mistake. A great strong mark, and he's going to be kicking from about 30 to 35 metres out, somewhat about a 45-degree angle.
Good vision by Cotter. Here comes Conway's kick, the left footer. Good view of this kick, on it today, and through for the high. Straight through the middle of the goal and behind post. Through for the opening score of the match after 2.5 minutes on the Mile End Office Furniture scoreboard. Central District's won behind 1 point. Port Adelaide gets the score.
We also saw Brian Lees, who played very well against the Eagles last week, was the best for the Port Magpies. He's at centre-half back, and he's standing Bowen Lockwood, who has started at centre-half forward for the Doggies.
And an interesting manoeuvre at that centre bounce. Julian McAdam started in the square, then went straight back to a half-back flank onto Andrew Obbs. As the ball is brought in short, intercepted away from Carter. Going through strongly there is Benty. Trying to kick the ball away with Carter once more, but it goes straight in the direction of Sable. Sable kicks it out wide and finds Lockwood. Bowen Lockwood, who was kicking about 51 metres out. Now, I would suggest this would be a little too far, the way the breeze is swirling around, but he appears to be backing himself in. Getting back there is Ambrose to take the big fly from behind. Flatten looking for the crumbs at the front of the pack. Lockwood didn't get on. There was an absolute shocker off the inside of the ball. The possibility, though, is the ball goes back. Quick handball, now the shot from Dew. The step on the left boot is over the line for a point. So the Doggies move along to 2 points. Port yet to get on the ball.
It was a very proper that kick by Bowen Lockwood. Tried to probably kick it a little bit too hard. And there's a lot of Doggies players around the ball at the moment. All the crummers are working well for the Doggies, so the Magpies players really have to pick up their act.
So the ball to be brought back into play and kicked straight down the centre of the ground. And not a good kick. It's marked there on the half-forward area by Lockwood again. And the umpire says that you cannot play on Willis. And it will go back to Lockwood. He's about 55, 60 metres out from goal. Too far out to score. He goes long with a nice looking drop punt. It'll land in the forward pocket. Dropping back, nearly taking the mark for Central District was Reimers. and the ball goes over the boundary line and out of play, 10 metres around from the behind post.
And that was a much better kick by Lockwood. He was in fact further out than the previous kick, and he nearly made the distance on that occasion. As the ball was pumped away by Huey Ryan, as the ball goes down the ground, snapshot quickly there by Whyalla, Adam Whyalla, and he has managed to put that through for a point. So the Doggies move along to 3 points. We're 4 minutes into the first quarter here at the Bennett Oval, in the heart of the Iron Triangle of Whyalla, Central District, playing Port Adelaide on 5pm football.
And the wind here seems to be playing a few tricks with the players at the moment. It is blowing quite strongly straight across the ground, and we're probably going to see most of the play over here at the grandstand side.
So the ball to be brought back into play once again. Doggies a little bit accurate in front of goal in this opening 5 minutes on the Mile End Office Furniture scoreboard. 3 behind, 3 points. Lead the Magpies yet to score. Now the kick out, looking for Ambrose, goes over the top of the pack, taken by Cotter. Good tackle applied by Ashley. The kick comes forward by Ambrose towards the centre wing. A race is on for the football. McAdam chases after it, but the ball beats him over the boundary line, ends up in the hands of Andrew Opp, and we'll have a boundary thrown right in front of the 5DN commentary position. Make sure you join us for Sports Life, Monday to Friday with Neil Barham and Greg Reed on 13:23 a.m. 5DN. A free kick in the
Play on advantage to Whyalla.
Play on advantage to Whyalla. He kicks into the attacking 50, looking for Lockwood. Ball goes over the back of the pack, trying to mop up with Slate. Here's a chance out for the Doggies. The ball comes across the line, puts the goal. Scored by Remus, but it's off to the left, 3 for behind. Central District score behind 4 points. Port Adelaide gets the score on the line of the scoreboard.
It's a pretty tough call though, just a rucking drill between Ambrose and Noller, and boy, there wasn't much in that free kick at all.
4 points to Dogs. Some quick work there by Mark Jones to get the ball out towards Huey Reiners. The time ticking away and opportunities missed by the Dogs. Now that breeze is hard to pick up, but that is definitely favouring the Doggies. If you look at the windsock on the outer side of the ground, it appears to be going across the ground, but Snyder Ashley was taken out then. He was rock and roll. That was a front-on tackle. He's come up a little bit proppy. A great player last week was Matthew Ashley. He received the ball on the half-back flank, kicked it up towards centre field. Underneath it is Danny Morgan, taken front on. The umpire thought about the free kick and has given the free kick to Morgan. I thought that was a bit rough. A great effort by Radley Moller. He only had eyes on the football, but the free kick will go the way of Danny Morgan. The former Essendon player stops down, red hair, kicked up towards centre half forward. Hodges sets himself big way from behind. The ball hits the ground, picked off the ground by Ray. Missed the first player there, couldn't pick it up. The Bulldogs defence is looking pretty good. Sale has the ball, needs support, drew the player, got the handball over towards Lee. Got him near the veteran, one handball, drives in long with a racing drop punt, puts away from Clayton, Binky on the ground, punches it forward towards Morgan. He couldn't take it. Dogs have the numbers. Jones onto the right boot, snaps around his body. 1-on-1, Port Adelaide there with Pedler. All by himself, should clear, and he has Ashley with a paddock out wide.
Here's Ashley there, who marks the ball just inside the defensive 50. No one on the mark. He elects to play on. Will kick up towards the centre wing position. Up goes the pack on. Good job by the young man. He tips up towards half forward right, looks for Stanley Philippo. He runs around Ray. No, he doesn't. He's going to get onto the left foot. A shot and kick into the attacking 50. Kick off the ground by McAdam. Philippo gets the hand pass clear. Kick forward by Morgan. In towards 30 metres out from goal. Hobbs kick forward goal. And might be out the goal. One goal straight.
Lucky score. Big win to Port Power as we're back here at the Bennett Oval. Port Adelaide leading 1 goal, 6 points, Central 4 points. And how often does that happen, Killer?
20 minutes of football on the ball, basically team in the Doggies forward line for the whole time. And that Magpies going to attack once and they kick a goal.
And McGuinness gets the ball out of the centre, breaks away nicely. Now Gilbert McAdam over the top, kicks around his body, goes out towards the boundary line. Ashley will be the first player there for the Magpies. Great pace thrown there as well by the Bulldogs. And that appears to be a great corner. It is.
Bit of a caution there on Craig Cotter.
Well, the boys are a little enthusiastic. There's a good crowd here, and the crowd's certainly very close to the action. Philippo from behind, tried to get the tap away, couldn't do so. Cotter in there again, clever work by Obbs, tried to get it back out to the captain in ball 8, couldn't do so. We'll have a throw in once more. You're listening to 5DN Football, 13:23 on the dial.
Played 9 minutes of this first quarter. The ball thrown in, 80 metres around from the southern end goal. Taken out of the air by Moller. His left foot kick finds Morgan of Port Adelaide. Gets a quick hand pass to Carter. It's a high ball in towards the attacking 50. Bit of wrestling and carry on going on there, and there'll be a free kick to Evans of Port Adelaide. Brown to the umpire. Here's McGuinness. 15 metres out, kick towards goal, and he put it through for the Magpies second. So Port Adelaide making the most of every attacking opportunity in the early minutes of this first term. They move along to 2 goals straight, 12. The Doggies 4 behind 4 points on the Highland opposite the scoreboard.
It was really terrific coming there by Philip McGuinness, because it was an obvious free kick to Paul Evans all over his shoulder, and he didn't hesitate. He picked up the loose ball and ran into an open goal. And after about 20 minutes of play, the Magpies only had the ball down into their forward line twice to have a handy. It's about an 8-point lead.
Yes, a very obvious free kick to Paul Evans. The advantage played. McGuinness ran into an open goal. We're 10 minutes into this first term. Moller up high. Morgan couldn't take it. Platten over the top. Paddles it forward. Chance for the Doggies now with an opportunity to Daniel Holm. He goes forward. And the mark's been taken there by Conway. In fact, it's Rhino. Two-pronged attack out there. Conway at full forward. Rhino's in the forward pocket.
Similar forward line, Tim also, because both forward lines seem to be quite tall.
Oh, Jimmy Ryan is not a small man, 195 centimetres.
Conway
197. He's about 30 metres out, starts it to the right, it stays out there, and this could prove very costly. Central move along to 5 points. We're at the 10-minute mark. As we look at the Mile End Office Furniture scoreboard, it is Port Adelaide 2 straight goals, Central District 5 behind.
Well, Ron did the right thing there. He went for the right-hand goal post, but really gave it too much and didn't move that ball at all.
So Clayton to bring the ball back into play. The margin 7 points, 11 minutes played. He kicks to himself and will go along towards the stand side. Setting himself for the footy is Reimers at the back. The ball comes to ground. Here's Cotter. He's had some early touches. His kick was smothered there by Opp. In over the footy then goes Moller. Gets a hand pass back towards Holm. His kick up towards the attacking 50. Left half forward area. The ball taken by Dew. Has a bounce. Will he be run down by Hahn? He won't. He just gets the kick forward up towards the goal square. Here's a chance for the Doggies. Up nice mark. Nearly taken by Lockwood. He's got the footy now. Gets a slick hand pass back towards his teammate Darren Jones. He kicked 2 goals 5 last week, and he kicked the first goal of the afternoon for Central District. They're 1-5-11. That's all the Magpies 2 goals straight. 12 on the Mile End Office Furniture scoreboard.
Very well there as well, because Bowen Lockwood had the set, jumped up, probably took 2 or 3 grabs at the ball, didn't control it, so he was unlucky not to be paid that mark, and well scouted at the bottom of the pack. And much needed goal to Central as well.
Interesting footballer, Mark Jones, former Norwood player, was sought after by a number of Victorian clubs, and then at the early age of 18 or 19 just decided to give football away. Played the last few years out at Broadview, and in fact when I used to babysit that lad, which ages me rather badly.
You are about this.
Thanks very much. His father was Butchie Jones, played for Broadview, and he was a champion as well. As Moller gets up very high down to Platten, that was vintage football. He couldn't get the kick away though. Carter slows it onto the left boot, puts it up high, Smith juggling for position, or jostling I should say. Philipper goes through strongly, and the umpire blew the whistle. He was 10 metres away, the first umpire, and he allowed the other umpire to make the decision from about 80 metres away. Worked that one out. Philippo drives in the drop, Hunter falls short. He was looking for Evans. The dropping back there is Scotty Lee taking a strong mark across the half-back line. Scott Lee decides to change tack and go to the other side of the ground. I don't like his options out there. Now finding a little bit of space is Daniel Holm, the best and fairest winner. He couldn't take it. The ball goes to ground, picked up by Morgan. Handball back to Carter, onto the right boot, across to the half-forward line. He finds McGuinness, drops what he should have taken. That allows the Dogs to come in through Cotter and pick up the football. Platten's there. He ignores that option. It's a shocking kick. He goes to Ambrose, and Vic Kirtley takes the mark, and he plays on, and he ran past a few players too. Puts the kick out wide. It's not a good one. It goes to Ray. Draws the player. Back over towards Cotter. He has been busy. In a bit of traffic here now. The ball goes back to Jones. He's a clear customer on the right foot. Bangs it around the centre half forward. Reimers is there, and he takes the grab. Plays on quickly. The handball to Platten, the short pass looking for Conway. On the chest. Play on it. Still touch the ground. That's from there by Whyalla, and he put it around for another point to the Doggies. 1-6, and they will pay for this.
Disappointing end to a great piece of play there. The Rat just racing through the middle of the ground. A terrific mark, and just finished and missed that point, and that was with Whyalla.
Scores level here at the Bennett Oval in Whyalla. The clock's just ticked over 14 minutes. Both sides 12 apiece. Port 2 straight, Central's 1-6. The ball with Clayton. Will he kick to this grandstand side again? I think he will. For the option there of Ambrose. Up goes Reimers, brought the ball to ground. Ambrose recovers nicely and will kick long up towards the... Oh, he doesn't kick long. He kicks short towards the centre wing. Not a good kick. Scotty Lee charges through. Beat Morgan to the footy. Lee's kicked a high one in towards the attacking 50. Up goes Reimers. Up go the rest of the central players. Here's a chance for Sutral. The ball comes out to the Port Adelaide defence. Beautifully cleared there by Carter. Carter on right half-back flank. Kicks up towards half-forward. Setting himself McAdam. Brought the ball to ground. Here's a chance for Ray. Will the boundary line beat him? It will. And it goes out of play about 80 metres around from the southern end goal. 14 and a half minutes have gone in this first quarter on the Myland Office Furniture scoreboard. It's Port Adelaide 12, Central 12 as Daniel Holmes leaves the arena.
Yes, Port Adelaide 2 goals, Central 1-6. Yes, 12 points apiece. You're right, Laurie, there. My match is fantastic. The ball goes out towards Stephen Swerd. He clears to the outer side. They find a little bit of space for Doggies as Paul Geiser has the ball. Thought about bringing it back to the grandstand side. He's in the middle of the Bennett Oval here at centre half back, and he elects to go right down the middle again towards the centre circle. Ambrose has the sit. In fact, he just took a mark standing there uncontested. Not a good kick by Geister. Ambrose looking for some movement. There's not a lot there at the moment. Philippo makes the dummy lead. That's ignored. Now he starts again. It goes in his direction. The big lead looks like Binky from down there. Oh, Philippo's taken the mark. In fact, it's not Binky. It was Scotty Hodges. The hair a little longer, but it's Philippo with the ball, the new recruit from the Eagles.
A very strong mark because Scott Hodges had to sit there. Took a big run up, but Sam Philippo just held his ground and took a very strong mark. He's going to be kicking for goal from around about 40 metres out, pretty much straight in front.
Can play this lad, Laurie. Went to Footscray when they were Footscray. Was very good for his first couple of years in senior football with Woodrow West Torrens. Does have a football brain. Not a real big man for centre half forward, but just moves around and creates plenty of spaces. Kick from about 40 metres out. The right foot is on its way. Umpire has a good look, and he's pretty happy with it. And so are the Port supporters. Port Adelaide move on to 3 goals. Central 1-6 at the 16-minute mark.
AFL scores: Geelong 14-15-99 to Richmond, 10-14-74. Melbourne 8-3-51 to North Melbourne, 4-5-29. And repeating that Port Power have defeated the Hawks 17-10-112 to 10-7-66. Let's go back to Bennett Oval.
Thanks very much, Andrew. Back in the studio where the Magpies 18 leading Central 12. 16 minutes have elapsed in this first quarter of the action from Bennett Oval in Whyalla. Up goes the footy. The bounce favours the young man there in Muller. It comes to ground. Here's a chance for Darren Smith. Can't get the footy. And there'll be a free kick for the Magpies. Well, that's Ops in the middle.
Andrew Ops.
Ops with the footy. Kicks up towards attacking 50. The pack flies. Up goes Hodges and takes a good mark. Opposed to Geister. Let's mark that uncontested shot.
Well, he's been threatening here because he's had a couple of good run-ups for Mark. That time there he got his hands to the ball. He doesn't drop them too often when he does grab the ball. And Scotty Hodges will be kicking from about 40 metres out and pretty much straight in front again.
Moller comes off and Mazurowski on for the Doggies.
I think we have to call him Maserati, don't we? Surely.
Here comes Hodges. Goes over the 50-metre line. Kicks from 45. Looks good off the boot. Will make the distance.
Look at that.
Magnificent looking kick. Through it goes. Port Adelaide going beautifully in this first turn of play here at the Bennett Oval in Whyalla. Scott Hodges kicks his first goal of the afternoon. It's Port Adelaide 4 goals straight, 24, leading the Doggies 1-6-12. We've played nearly 18 minutes of this first quarter of action.
And that's what you call making the most of your opportunities, because the Magpies have only really been into attack about 4 or 5 times. They've got 4 goals on the board, and really the Doggies have had all the play.
So back centre field, and young Mazurowski playing his second league game. I think the boys could have chipped in and got a pair of shorts that would fit him. They're just falling off his backside there. Big lad though, 196 centimetres. He punches it forward, he wins the tap. Ball goes down the ground. Is that, I think the top was cooked onto the ground as well. Couldn't get the handball away. He was well tackled. Pretty ferocious, the Magpies at the moment.
McGuinness is paying close attention to Johnny Platten. It looks like those two players are going to be sitting side by side throughout this entire match. And Gilbert McAdam was on Ops, but now Ops is having a run on the ball.
Well, Timmy Cook has to stand up and be counted here. He's one of the senior players. He's played nearly 100 games. He's a very good SANFL player. I expect him to perform well today. Once more, we'll have another bounce. Players just wrestling. McGuinness there. Morgan looks like being a good pickup for the Magpies. Ball goes to ground. It'll be Ambrose. Mazurowski wins the tap again. He is a tall, gangly young man. Ball goes to ground. It's been a very scrambly game. Nothing like the first one we saw here at the Bennett Oval between West Whyalla and Rupino, where West Whyalla were far too strong. between last year's grand finalists was.
Beautifully done, Kim Dillon. Ball to be bounced between half forward and the 50-metre line. Up goes Mazurowski. Neither ruckman won the tap. Morgan was tackled. The ball comes clear. Here's Obbs. Gets the handball over towards that player, Morgan. His kick up towards centre wing. Darren Smith and Schwert doing battle. Nice score from Schwert. Knocks the ball in the direction of Tim Cook. Cook has his options, but will swing and snap onto the left foot up towards the half forward area. Ambrose drops back. And in fact, there was. He dropped back and took an uncontested mark, but Mark Jones was interfered with and will have a shot on goal. He might be too far out to score. In the back, there's Kim Dillon. Mark Jones to line up for goal. He was kicked from 65 metres out.
Has a kick like a mule, Laurie, if he goes for this.
Here we go. On its way is the kick. Quite a low kick up towards the goal square. Dropping back was Padlock, but the ball goes through for a behind. So Centrals have kicked plenty of those behinds in this first term. They're 1-7-13, trailing the Port Adelaide Magpies 4 goals straight, 24. We've played nearly 20 minutes of this first quarter on the Mile End Office Furniture scoreboard.
Well, Mark Jones does have a big kick. He probably launched that from about 60 out, and it did clear everyone. Made it over the pack, but unfortunately he wasn't on target.
And I would suggest, Gillett, he didn't quite get onto it either.
Fair enough.
He is a prodigious kick. As the ball goes in from Clayton to Benke. Brian Benke in the budget says he's 32 years of age or something like that and kicked 415 goals. I can assure you that is not right. As the ball goes out towards Platten, he's in the forward pocket, he's on the left foot, comes back to the right, centres the ball nicely, underneath it is Ashley, and Ashley takes an uncontested mark. Central players everywhere, but nowhere near the football. Ambrose backs himself in, puts himself under the pump post, and picks that one out on the ball, and a chappie in the crowd there nearly loses his can of the old amber fluid.
Good to see he didn't lose it.
No, oh, he kicked his eye in the can, didn't he?
And have a look at Scotty Lee's haircut, would you?
What a hair.
One of the great characters of South Australian football. He plays on from the kick in. Gets it up around the 50-metre mark. The ball comes to ground. Dew took it, didn't have it, was tackled. Play on the tall. The sun in the umpire's eye. Well, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. The ball's over the boundary line and we'll have a throw in about 65 metres out the northern end of the Bennett Oval here on the half-forward play.
Daisy Ballace was pleading for a free kick there for holding on as well. What's it to come?
In goes the football. Down it comes to Carter. Slick hands over towards McGuinness. Away he goes, running down the wing. Kicks up towards half-forward. Here's a chance for the Magpies. The ball comes up towards McAdam, though, of Central Districts, who fists the ball over the boundary line up against Obbs. And we'll have a boundary throw in at half-forward right. We've played nearly 20 minutes of this first quarter. Listen to all the action on 5GN 13:23 a.m. Port Adelaide 24 lead Central 13. Boundary throw in. Up goes Mazurowski. Grabs the ball out of the air. Tackled by Darren Smith. In goes Hahn. In goes Darren Smith once again. The ball comes clear. Philippo can't get control of the football. In goes Morgan. And we should have another bounce down in virtually the same spot. Half forward right towards the southern end of the Bennett Oval here in Whyalla. Port Adelaide leading by 11 points.
And the Magpies have made a change. Richard Ambrose has come off and Daniel Jacques has come on.
So Jacques, the youngster, having a run. Playing his 13th league game of football. The handball went out towards Jones. Jones gets the kick away. And we'll have a throw in once more. So we're at the 19-minute mark. 4 goals plays 1-7. Port Adelaide 24 points. And the Doggies on 13 as the ball comes down towards Jacques. Couldn't take a ball out. Very slick. Gets the handball out towards Hahn. The Iceman drives it up towards centre half forward. Hodges at the back of the pack. Takes the crumbs. Plays on. He'll need a lucky bounce. He didn't get one. The ball's still in play in the left forward pocket. It's a race for pace. Obbs is there, but he takes the ball over the line.
I don't think Scotty knew he was by himself there because no one was around him. He had time to actually settle, take a couple of steps forward, line up properly, but really just snapped quickly off the right foot. And didn't really get that one in lack of
match practice, Darren. Didn't have the feel, didn't have that sixth sense as the ball comes to down. Mazurowski takes it, casually drops off and drops in a little short pass there as the Dogs go back over the other side out towards Ray. Now this young fella's been impressive, Jason Ray, playing his 10th league game. He has a couple of bounces as he brings the ball out of defence, looking for some movement. There's not a lot there. Now the ball goes out towards Jones and he takes the mark. The 24-year-old up around the wing, puts it back centre field and finds Timmy Cook. Well, they've gained about 20-30 metres. Not a lot of movement, players everywhere. It's a big ground, but this has been a fairly congested game. Cook kicks into the man on the mark. He'll have to work hard here. Obbs is in there. Now in there is Scotty Lee. Says, get out of the way and let me do it properly. As he bangs the ball forward, the ball goes to the back of the pack. Ashley couldn't pick it up cleanly. Morgan goes through like a freight train. Now kicked off the ground by Cotter. The ball inside 50. Benke back there. He's knocked out of it by Willis. Ball comes to ground. In there is Ballace. Couldn't get a kick away. Cook dives on the bottom of the pack, trying to redeem himself. and I think he nearly earned.
Boy, that was scratchy football there. Just a comedy of errors by both teams, and really, probably the players are pleased to see it's going to be a ball up.
Bounce down on the attacking 50. I think the time clock has decided to no longer work. It's still stuck on 19 minutes. So we've played about 24 in this first quarter as the kick came out from Clayton towards the centre wing, where it's marked by Schwert of Central District. Outer side here of the Bennett Oval. The kick short will find his teammate there in Whyalla. And he has got a paddock. He's bouncing 60 metres out from goal. Will kick from just outside 50. Long kick with the breeze. Lifts it off the boot. It's through for goal. Beautiful play from Adam Whyalla. He kicks his first goal of the afternoon. The Doggies gets the back within 5 points. Central's 2-7-19. Port Adelaide's 4 goals straight, 24 on the Mine Office Furniture scoreboard.
Well, he called it right there, Laurie, because he did have a paddock to work with, but he really did make the most of it. He still kicked that goal from outside 50, though, but he was fortunate he was on the right side of the ground where he was with the wind at his back. So a much-needed goal for the Doggies.
So the ball back in the centre of the ground. Doggies 19, try Port Adelaide 24, and a very entertaining first turn. The ball bounced in the centre of the ground. Up goes Sharks. Probably won that hit out, got it down towards his teammate there in Morgan. The ball comes out towards Mazarowski. He gets a handball towards Cotter. Cotter gets the ball in turn, but it goes to Borlace. Borlace gets it over to Jarks. Now Jarks kicks long inside the attacking 50. Up there looking for Hodges. Ball comes to ground. Here's a chance for McGuinness. The opportunist. The kick looks good off the boot. Will it bounce through? Yes, it will. It took a leg break, then an off break, and went straight through the middle. So Port Adelaide, their accuracy has seen them maintain the lead in this first term. McGuinness kicks his second goal of the afternoon. And Port Adelaide moved to 5 goals straight 30. Central's 1-7-13.
Three-quarter time, West Adelaide 13-18-96 to South Adelaide 7-4-46. And Glenelg just into the final quarter of the game, 11-14-80 to North Adelaide 6-7-43. Back to Bennett Oval.
So Glenelg and Tony McGuinness look like he's out to get his first victory as a coach. It will be a big night down the bay. As the ball is hit down towards the ground by Jacques, now picked up there and going through his Sable. The handball in turn goes out towards Cotter. Cotter looking for a bit of space, goes back to Sable. Will have to be quick. He was, and Hobbs ran him down. Now the ball goes out to Ray. Quick handball to Cook. Pressure applied by McGuinness. Cook gets the kick away. It goes up towards the 50 for the Doggies. Ball goes to ground. In there is Tommy Carr. He's been quiet in this first term. He has the job of looking after Johnny Flatton while Flatton is resting. And
guys, I reckon the people working the scoreboard over there, well, I reckon they're asleep because they're a couple of goals behind. It says 4 goals to 1 goal 7. I think it's 5 goals to 2 goals.
They might have had 1-2 cans too many.
Well, we're still at the 19-minute mark as well, which I can assure you we're not, but let's give them the benefit of the doubt. It could be an electrical problem, which I'm sure it is. Stephen Stewart, the veteran, has the ball on the grandstand wing. Scotty Lee provides a little bit of pace, running down from defence. Lee goes short, and the ball goes in towards Stewart Hughes. Number 17 for the Doggies. They need another goal on the board. He drives it in long there, looking for the big fella up forward. That was Conway. He couldn't take it. The ball goes towards the square. In there is Jones. It's a one-on-one, but the boundary line is very close, and in fact we'll have a throw-in in the left forward pocket, northern end of the Bennett Oval.
The ball was kicked in by Scotty Lee. He's made it all the way down into his forward pocket, who's been handling McGuinness there. So for the Doggies now.
Have a look at poor Scotty trying to run back to defence now. Bremer tried to grab the ball, couldn't do so. Cook in there, players jump on top. Opportunity for Jones, paddles the ball forward, loses his footing. In there is Clayton over the top, tried to get a handball away, couldn't do so. Picked up now by Saywell from about 20 metres out. I think he likes it, the umpire likes it, and the Doggies have their second goal at last.
So Port Adelaide 5 goals straight, leading Central District 3-7-25. So margin they're back to 5 points, and Darren, we're going to have to keep score, I think.
Well, I think so, because the scoreboard's still not going. We've got the Whyalla News above it, and it looks like everyone's fallen asleep. We've had 19 minutes on the time clock for the last 25 minutes, so
you
not so much going right up there.
You come from a hard school, you boys. It's an electric scoreboard. Look, I think they've got some electrical problems.
They've run out of power. The Monkeys need to pedal harder. As the ball back in the centre of the ground. And up she goes, and Jarks gets the bounce to favour him on this occasion. It comes down towards Sowell, who just kicked the goal. Got it back over towards Jew. Gives the hand pass back to Mazarowski. His kick up towards the attacking 50. Dropping back and taking a nice mark was Benke of the Magpies. Now he looks to play on. Has players running on this grandstand side. One of them was Carter, but he'll play on now. And he'll kick to that player who's all on his own, and he takes the mark at right half back. So Stephen Carter. Cook on the mark, came off the interchange bench about 10 minutes into the first term. Carter's kick up towards the grandstand side. It's not a good kick. It'll go out of play on the full. Stephen Squirt, it'll be that will take the result and free kick. Port Adelaide 5 goals straight. Lead Central's 3-7-25. 5 points the difference. And in fact, Craig Cotter will be the man to bring the ball back into play. He chips into the centre of the ground, finds Mazurowski, who takes the mark uncontested. Darren Smith now on the mark. Now Mazurowski has Schwert running for him, kicks towards centre half forward. Up goes, nice mark taken there in defence by the Port Adelaide player there in Julian White. Now White kicks towards the centre wing. Out there he's got Hodges running up the ground. What's he doing over there?
He's lost his compass.
Hodges was trying to get in over the football. Sowell's over it now. Gets a hand pass, but it's taken by Carr of Port Adelaide. Here's a chance for the Doggies to get possession of the football as the ball comes in the direction there of Sowell. His hand pass is a good one, taken by Cook. Cook in turn gives off to his teammate there in Hopwood. The kick up towards the attacking 50. Dropping back is Benke. He's under pressure though, but he gets possession of the foot. He might have been tripped. Play on, said the umpire. The handball came back to Morgan. Back and turned towards his teammate there, who kicks up towards the half-back position, and it's taken there by Hahn.
Yeah, Clayton got it out nicely to Hahn. The Iceman in turn puts it out towards Filippo. He leads in the race for the ball. Ray applied the tackle. The ball close to the boundary line, but a free kick has been given by Ray and will be taken by Sammy Filippo.
Really did play for that free kick because there was nothing in it, so well done by Sam Filippo.
I'm sure that's no different to querying a line call that you would have done.
Absolutely.
Full bluff. It's the name of the game. We'll check some AFL scores shortly, but in the meantime, it's Filippo who puts the ball up towards centre half forward. Hodges had front position, a huge leap there from behind. That was the old Maserati then got up high, the young fella. We'll have a bounce once more.
We may mention also before that Scotty Hodges was on a wing, but what he was actually doing, he was chasing Geister, who was making a run straight down the ground. So he looks to be in better nick this week than he was last week.
Yeah, it's definitely short of a run last week. The ball goes down to McAdam, couldn't take it. Kick away there, and clearing with Heath Hopwood. In turn, it's taken by Ashley. Ashley gets the ball forward. He's had a great contest with Cotter, but it's been picked up by Geister. Good tackle there in defence by
the Iceman.
Iceman in Hunt. He's a tough little player. The ball is cleared by the Doggies. It's about 40 metres away from the Port Adelaide goal. They'll have a throw in there. He's hard at the ball.
He's got some real speed as well. His first 5 or 6 steps are very quick.
So the ball to be thrown back into play. Up went McAdam of... in Whyalla, and it's Port Adelaide leading by 5 points. 5 goals straight, 30 to Central District, 3-7-25. Goal kickers in the team. McGuinness 2, singles for Hodges, Filippo, Obb, and for the Doggies, 1 goal, Saywell, Jones, and Spatala. Kicking towards the half-forward position. The two big fellows, Filippo and Ray, do battle. Filippo gets the luck of the bounce but can't pick the football up. In goes Ray, inside his defensive 50 now. Ashley following up the play well, but it's Schwert, in fact Lee, who gets the kick forward. Looking for his teammate there, but the ball comes back towards Hahn. Hahn's kick up towards the attacking 50. Looking there for Evans, but dropping back was Ray, who took a good mark inside the defensive 50 now. Jason Ray, who's played pretty well so far, and he'll get a 25-metre penalty. Not sure what for, but the umpire says, you've got it, son, so he'll take it. Now Ray, between the defensive 50 and half-back. Well, whistle's time back on. Ray with the football will kick towards this, shocking kick towards this grandstand side. But it'll end up in the hands of Hopwood. The ball eludes that player in the end. Here's a chance now for Waite, running through half-forward. Gets had an area as McAdam ran towards him. Hopwood now with the footy, gives the handball inboard. Here's a chance for Central Districts to clear. The kick comes towards centre half-back, and the mark taken there by Cotter, who's played well in the first term of play.
Yes, he has the wood on Ashley at the moment. Swatala picking up a few touches. Now the ball goes out wide. Cotter plays around McGuinness, takes 2 bounces, puts it up towards centre half forward, drops it in nicely, and the mark's been taken by Stuart Dew, number 17 for the Doggies. He puts a floater up forward underneath it, and punching the ball away was Lee. Ball comes to ground. Players jump on top. Clayton gets a handball out to Morgan, the centreman. His handball goes out to Kirtley Ambrose. Gets the kick away on the left boot. Puts it up towards the centre circle. Scott Lee is there. Picks up the crumbs at the back of the pack. Almost threw it out there looking for the big fella in Moller, who's back onto the ground after looking quite impressive in that first turn. The chest mark has been taken by Philippo. He puts it out looking for the leading Hodges. Ball at the back of the pack. Picked up there and smothered. Now Hodges a chance again. Crashes through. Gets the handball out towards Hahn. He couldn't take it. Now gets a kick away. But it's a wobbly one odds forward, and it's just gone over the line for a point. in Ashley once again. I think he's everywhere. They're fighting hard over by that scoreboard, the Rupina Footy Club scoreboard, and it's got to go over the boundary line. Yes, it has. At the 7-minute mark on that Rupina Footy Club scoreboard, Port Adelaide 6-1, leading Central District 3-8. We've got a good game of footy and a good competition in the SANFL, John.
We've got a sensational competition, of course. It's been highlighted by the return of these AFL players. It's given us that profile that the league needs, Freddie, and that's what I think will help the overall competition for the whole year.
I think you're right. They're looking for Platten a bit, and Johnny Platten wants to be the bloke on the outer now, really, for the Doggies, doesn't he? And he'll do a lot more damage to the opposition.
Yes.
It's in the full forward pocket. Darren Smith for the Magpies tried to take it out of the air. Oh, good play back there by Willis. Brad Willis goes out wide. Here's that little fella again. Number 12, Ashley. And Ashley's been everywhere.
He got a lot of touch.
In he comes towards centre forward, towards Binky, and the other player is Waite. Neither can get it, punched away by the defence. Here's Johnny Platten. Well, it could have been Scragg without a bit play on, called the umpire, and he's tackled hard. Of course they would. And Johnny Platten, with all his experience, they wouldn't want him to get a yard in front. He'll do something damaging with the footy. The umpire once again. The umpires today, Schmidt, Pfeiffer and Avon in charge of today's big clash. And SANFL live action from Bennett Oval right here in Whyalla. And haven't the crowd supported it, John?
This is sensational. I mean, I know we were hoping to see 5,000 or 6,000. I'd say it succeeded, that, Freddie.
I think the league will be very, very happy. Another bounce down by the central umpire. Centre half forward for the Magpies. Oh, Hobbs got a little tap onto that player in Han again. And Han only got as far as Ray. And by gee, the Bulldogs have been in trouble without Jason Ray at centre half back.
Yes, he's held us up a lot, hasn't he?
Handball's over to Squirt. Squirt over the top of the little rat. Platten with all that long flowing hair. He got it over to Cotter. Outer side wing now going forward for the Central District Bulldogs. Ambrose, though, the man in front, couldn't get it. Lockwood's out there fighting hard for the Doggies, and plenty of players working hard in there. And the umpire comes in and says, I'll ball it up once again. As I said, the Rupina Footy Club scoreboard at the 9-minute mark. Port Adelaide 6-1, Central District 3-8. And tonight, you can get Counter Mills at the Rouge Footy Club and entertainment 8 till 8 with the two Johns. Plenty of good entertainment not far away from the Bennett Oval here at the Rupina Footy Club. Bit messy just at the moment on that outer side in front of the Northern Plumbing Supplies side. The boundary umpire brings it in now. Lockwood against Ambrose. Ambrose got it down towards Ashley. He couldn't kick it away though. Back towards Lockwood. Lockwood's dragged. And once again they fall on top of the footy. And the first quarter was reasonably open style of play, but this quarter they've really held it in pretty tight, John.
Yeah, both clubs' players are presenting themselves. I think this is why. I mean, they can see anyone gets a break now, the other side are going to be in trouble. So I'd suggest that the presentation of players has been, the commitment of players has been very, very good.
Port Adelaide go in towards the centre half forward towards Darren Smith. Gilbert McAdam at the back. Couldn't get it over to Moller. Moller to Scotty Lee. Scotty Lee on towards the player in Squirt. He's only kicked it as far as the little fella in Han again. He goes towards his skipper in Borlase. Too far for him. Here's the player back here in Evans though. Evans gets a long high kick talking for Filippo. Scotty Lee nearly took it. There's a chance for Evans to butter up if he's got enough. Couldn't quite get it. McGuinness is in there too. And McGuinness has got it. No, it wasn't. I think it was Holton. Holton. Thank you very much, John. Holton at the bottom of the pack. Got it out of about 5 different players. And he's popped it through once again for Port Adelaide 7. They moved to 7 goals 1 on the Rupina Footy Club scoreboard. Getting away a little bit on the Doggies. Central District 3 goals 8. Live footy action on your choice 5CS.
Yes, the horns are right too, Mike.
listening to live SNFL footy action on Your Choice 5CS, of course, on the Rupina Footy Club scoreboard at the 12-minute mark of the second term. Twilight game, of course. You've heard right, the second term. Port Adelaide Magpies 7-1, Central District 3 goals 8. Port Adelaide going in attack again. Gilbert McAdam is going to leave it. Here's Philip McGuinness for the Magpies. Little handball to Borlace. Borlace, look at that for experience. Oh, kicked it in. Looked as though it was going to carry, but it didn't. Here's the player in Hopwood back there for the Doggies. Got a short kick to Jason Ray. And Jason Ray perhaps on top of Sam Philippo at the moment. He goes in short. Bit half back for the Doggies towards Stephen Squirt. Reliable left foot player. He goes out wide. Up they go. Lees was there as Bigsy as well. Tapped it down towards Cotter. Cotter's played reasonably well. Had a few possessions. But it goes out in front of all those players on the outer side. And John, we were just talking while that ad break was on. The West Coast, as we said, and the young blokes coming through the grades, especially at your club, the Magpies, and most clubs, a little bit of blend of experience.
Yes, it's good to have both. We've still got the experienced players, but kids like Paul Evans and Jared Colton and Matty Ashley, Mark Clayton, all only just turned 20. You know, it's a real asset that your club's got, Freddie, and then to have the Ops and the Darren Smith and these sorts of blokes, Darren Borlace to back it up. It's a bonus. Central
District going into attack now through Bowen Lockwood, but Ambrose is back there once again. He's looked as though he might be playing a kick across the back there. Across half back, kick behind the players, what I'm trying to say. And he kicks it up towards our grand side. Here's Scotty Lee. He's under pressure from Lees. He comes towards Daisy Borlace. Didn't have the footy. Play on called the umpire. Here's Lockwood. Tries to get through a couple of players towards Platten. Platten around his body. Gee, that'll bring rain for us farmers. And it's gone out of bounds on the full. Gets the Bronx cheers, of course, from the supporters here from the Magpies. And now they'll get it out wide. Goes towards the player there. Just didn't catch who that was. Tom Carr, thank you, John. He gets it towards the centre position. Gilbert McAdam battling hard. Here's Holm on towards Stuart Jew. Jew, beautiful looking kick. That's great vision by Stuart Jew. And he's got it towards Mark Jones, who is about 20 metres out from goal, directly in front on that southern end. And they need this one, the Doggies.
Yes, he'd want to kick this. He's only 30 metres. Wouldn't be 30 metres out, directly in front.
We see big Radley Moller, a new player for the Central District Bulldogs this year. He comes off the Timothy Mazarowski. And he's a new player as well, I think. I haven't heard of him much.
Yes, I haven't seen him before.
Anyway, all eyes is on number 22, Mark Jones. Down there for the Bulldogs. Comes in very laconically. And he's slotted a goal, I think, for the Doggies. The umpire says, yes, it's true. And it's true. And Mark Jones gets his second for the Bulldogs. And they move on to their fourth. Port Adelaide, though, on the Rupina Footy Club scoreboard at the 15-minute mark of this second term twilight game here in Whyalla at Bennett Oval. Port Adelaide 7-1, Central District 4 goals 8. Live SNFL footy action in Your Choice 5CS. Going into attack through Daniel Holmes up towards Conway. He's been right out of the game today. Can't get it though. Binky, oh gee whiz, he tapped that towards the boundary line. Nearly deliberately said a couple of the Doggy players. The umpire said no, it's over the boundary line. On the Rupina Football Club scoreboard, 17-minute mark of this second term. Port Adelaide 7-1, Central District 4-8.
Yes, he might have been a bit lucky there. He went directly at the line. Fortunately, the boundary umpire and the umpire were both quite a deal away from it.
In it comes from the boundary umpire now, Big Ambrose. Up there, taps it down beautifully towards the player in Binky. Binky got away towards Lee. He can't get it though on that outer side wing. Central District player in Geister can. Goes in short, and he's found Dew again. He's a very exciting player. He's got plenty of AFL footy in front of him.
Oh, well, he's just turned 18, and yes, I think generally regarded as the best 17-year-old in Australia, 17-year-old of his time in Australia. So he's got a fantastic career ahead of him.
He in turn got it over to the big lumbering fella in Timothy Mazurowski, but his kick on goal was offline to the right-hand side, and the Rupina Footy Club scoreboard sees Port Adelaide 7-1, Central District a 4 goals 9. Would you see? Gee whiz, and here's the little fella for Port Adelaide coming off.
Yes, this is Paul Vines, a young 18-year-old from played with West Brisbane the last 2 seasons of senior footy. He's only been down here with us about 6 weeks, 5 or 6 weeks, and made our senior list after a couple of trials. Very exciting young player, got abundant speed, a little bit on the small side, but he has a go, and we're looking forward to big things from him as well.
The kick out comes to Ambrose. He got it over to Philip McGuinness, over to Binky. Good play by the Magpies. There's Waite playing centre wing. He's a West Coast boy as well. Goes towards the other West Coast boy in Smith. Darren Smith couldn't get it. Central District got the opportunity now through Gilbert McAdam. Of course, Scotty Lee took it off him. It doesn't matter how you get it, as long as the umpire doesn't see it. Goes towards an half forward. Here's Jones once again. Shows a bit of pace. Good-looking kick. I tell you what, it's a good-looking kick down there, but it fades away right at the last moment, and he shows a bit of excitement, does Jones, but he's offline for the 10th behind for the Central District Bulldogs. Port Adelaide 7-1, Central District 4 goals 6. As we got Clayton once again to bring it in back there, and Clayton going to kick long, is he? This is a bit of a funny one, the way they do these kick-outs now.
Yeah, I mean, we see wingmen kicking in AFL footy. It's a strange way of doing it. I think some of the old-time coaches will turn over in their graves if they saw what went on in the defensive areas.
Here's the Magpies going into attack from Andrew Obbs over to Philip McGuinness. He got on to Philippo. Philippo to Ambrose, who's playing well. Back into the game the second half of this second quarter. Now comes towards the little fella in Hahn. Hahn will get it. He'll fire on that goal. I think he's got it. Goal umpire runs to the centre and says 2 fingers. Another one to the Maggies. They move to 8 goals 1 Port Adelaide. Central District 4 goals 10. 20-minute mark on the Rupina Footy Club scoreboard. Great play by the Magpies from the half-back Frank Jones.
Yes, Andrew Obbs, the experience setting it up, but big Curtly Ambrose racing through the centre of the ground with a long kick, gave the opportunity to those that were able to break free. And this little fellow, Scott Hahn's, a very good player. He's another Queenslander that we've had come down to us last year, recommended to us by Wayne Johnson, the former Carlton great, of course, who coaches up there. He's a very good player. David Hutton's just called up Freddie. Scotty Hodges has ruptured AC joint. So that's a pretty serious injury for him.
Could see him out for the season,
Could see him out for the season.
Thanks for that, David Hutton coming up. Scotty Hodges, unfortunately for all you supporters, done the AC joint in his shoulder. Now the Magpies, here he is again. Hahn, is it, or a hand? Hahn, thank you. He fires on that northern goal. Then he slotted another one. Thank you very much. It's 2 goals in 2 minutes. The Magpie faithful come alive here at Whyalla's Bennett Oval. 21-minute mark on the Rupina Footy Club scoreboard. Port Adelaide 9-1, Central District 4-10. Live SNFL footy action on your choice 5CF. Live footy action here from the Bennett Oval in Whyalla, and at the 22-minute mark on the Rupina Footy Club scoreboard, we see Port Adelaide Magpies 9-1, great kicking. Central District are 4 goals 10, but at this moment we see Central District right into attack. The players fall to the ground though, and it goes out of bounds right down by the behind post on that southern end. I think that's south, isn't it? And it's close enough to south. I think
Near enough to south, yeah.
South pole if you went that way. There's a bit of a scuffle here, and Daniel Holm having a bit of a chat to Andrew Obbs. Just asking Andrew how he's liking it back in the SNFL. In it comes from the boundary umpire. Richard Ambrose has been a great player for the Magpies. He got it down to Stephen Carter. He went for the boundary line. And also playing well there is the player in Vines, who has just come on, as you heard John McBain say. He couldn't get it before it went over the boundary line. Right out there, the old Coke van sitting up there, and I bet you it's getting plenty of use this afternoon. Twilight footy action from the Bennett Oval in Whyalla. The Magpies going ahead reasonably well. They've played better footy in this quarter than the Doggies. Out they come again. Good footy. Comes towards Carter now on that outer side wing. He goes in towards centre forward. Beautiful work by the body by Darren Smith. Oh, he's going to play on. He was going to play on. A push, said John McBain, but Darren Smith's got it. He goes towards full forward. Who's up in that full forward position now? I think it was Evan. Comes down towards the little bloke in Polton. Polton kicks beautiful vision to Sam Philippo. And Sam Philippo's got the footy. Only 20 metres, 15 metres out from goal. 45-degree angle. Good vision by the young bloke there.
It was. He took time. You could see he couldn't have reached the goal, and he had time to look up. The interesting thing about this game, as I see it now, we're 24 minutes into the second quarter. This is a very, very big ground. Legs, and if you run out of legs before half-time, you're going to be in awful trouble in the last half. I just feel our blokes are starting to handle the ball onto the next line a little bit better than Central's. And for that reason, we see we're 10 goals 1 to 4 goals 10.
And here's Philippo popping it through for the goal. Good comments, special comments for this quarter, for this half of the footy game by John McBain, chairman of the Port Adelaide Magpies, as we see the player in Sam Philippo kick on goal, and he's kicked her through. Port Adelaide 10 goals 1, Central District 4 goals 10 on the Rupina Footy Club scoreboard. And just looking at the Rupina Footy Club, of course, this evening, after the game, they invite you over there. Counter meals are available. They'll have entertainment from 8 till 8 with the 2 Johns all the way from Oru. Great entertainment. In the centre again, the big fellas are up. Mazarowski against Ambrose. Here's McGuinness and Holm fighting for it. It was Ashley, in fact. Now comes towards centre half forward for the Doggies. Got the run of the ball there. Well, he thought he did as was Swatala. Blocked up beautifully by the player in Polton. And they box it up. Everybody falls on top of one another. A little bit of discussion going on. The umpire says, well, we'll ball her up again. 10-1 the Maggies. The Bulldogs are 4-10. Nearly half-time. SNFL action from the Bennett Oval on 10:44. ICS, of course. Here's the umpire, puts it up once again. Ambrose and Lockwood this time. Comes now towards the Port Adelaide Magpies defender. He goes towards the player in, that's Polton again. Right, 2-on-1 there. And the player in Mazarowski was able to negate the lad in Polton there. And it's over the boundary line in front of our commentary position. A big grandstand here at Whyala's Bennett Oval. Umpire brings it in. Mazarowski took it out the air. Couldn't get it. Now gets towards Swatala. Kicks around the corner. Looking for nobody in particular as the player for Port Adelaide in Mark Clayton comes out and does it beautifully. Kept the ball in front of him and it was good footy. Player for the Doggies coming off there, John.
Yes, number 46.
Brad Willis.
Brad Willis.
And Willis comes off for a spell. Had a few touches, the Clare boy. Up she goes, the big fellas fly. Here's a player in Jones. He's proved good over the half-forward line for the Doggies. Goes towards centre forward towards Lockwood and Lees. Lees negates that attack there for the Doggies. Comes now towards Clayton. Clayton, strong body work. Good play. Got it out, but only as far as Lockwood. Lockwood had to kick it very hurriedly, and that'll be out of bounds on the full if Pedler doesn't get to it first. What's the goal umpire told? Yes, the goal umpire working well with the boundary umpire then. And he says it's out of bounds on the full. Here's Simon Pedler. Goes long now towards the half-back flank for the Magpies. Well, up before acceptance is the player in Saywell. And a good mark by Waite. Julian Waite goes inboard. They've got loose players over. Here's Matthew Ashley again. Oh, here's a bloke way out on his own on the outer side. That's Vines. Yes, he's only come on the last 5 minutes. He shows plenty of dash with those fresh legs. Goes towards full forward. His ball ace up there. Oh, beautiful look. Gives the bloke Stephen Carter a front on. Look at the goal. And he doesn't let his skipper down. He's picked up another one for 4-11. The leading Central District 4-10. Nearly half-time here at Whyalla's Bennett Oval.
Yeah, Paul Vine showed a real turn of foot there, broke away, but it was good vision from the half-back area there that saw the ball get across to give us a two-player break going up the centre of the ground. And Stephen Carter, he followed his man down to the half-forward line, made no mistake from about 45 metres out.
Now, should that be 10-1 or 11-1?
Should be 11-1, and I think what's happened is that the 25-minute clock has stopped, so we're into time on, obviously, and then for some reason it interrupts the scoreboard.
Should be 11-1. I've only got 10 marked down, but we won't worry about that. As the ball comes towards the bloke that just kicked the goal, but he's at centre half back, Stephen Carter, showing a bit of run in his legs. He gets it over the top there
Tommy Carr.
to Tommy Carr. Good young player again. He comes towards Polton. Polton shows plenty of poise. Now gets a beautiful handball over to Borlake. The skipper's had a couple of touches. He'll do something with it, will he? Or it's a bit of a left-footed scrubber. Well, it's not a scrubber, it's just up high. They fight for it. Borlake is back in there again. Here's Squirt mopping up for the Bulldogs. Hits a short one towards his co-captain in Scotty Lee. He's got Mazarowski at centre half back, but he's surrounded by Port Adelaide Magpies, and that makes him pull up. Now he goes wide towards Lee again, who's run on. Oh, watch out, here's Ashley. Scotty Lee wasn't good enough on that occasion, and Ashley was. Got it on though, but only as far as that was the player in due. Got it back to Scotty Lee for the Doggies. He goes wide. Good long kick now towards the half-forward flank. Here's Carr again as the half-time siren sounds. And that quarter went for 28 minutes and 50 seconds. And on the Rupina Footy Club scoreboard shows Port Adelaide Magpies. They're a commanding position at this stage. 11-1. They lead Central District 4-10. And giving you the goal kickers quickly for the Magpies. 3 to Scott Hahn and singles, all the rest are singles. Hobbs, Filippo, Hodges, who's done his AC joint in his shoulder, bad luck for him. Polton, McGuinness, Evans and Stephen Carter. While for the Bulldogs, Central District, Mark Jones has 2, Sewell and Swatala 1 each. That's their 4. Central District 4-10, just about set. And Rick, how far are you away from donning the Central District Guernsey again?
Well, we've got a bye next week, and so I'm hopefully back after that. So we play West Adelaide under lights with Adelaide Oval, so hopefully on the ball.
No worries. Here we go. Rick McGowan's our special comments man this afternoon for the second half, and the umpire puts it down. Comes towards that man in Ashley once again for Port Adelaide. But here's Stephen Swerve on the half-back flank. Oh, he's going to handball over to Jason Ray. Ray had a good first half. Here's Squirt, goes out wide towards Sewell. Sewell right on that outer side, got support from Platten. Goes towards the half-forward flank. The player up there was Hicks, I think it was. And Hicks will take the mark. He's been paid it. He gets it over the top now to his teammate. I didn't quite pick him up. June, thank you very much, Rick. And he's done well. He's kicked it beautifully to the player in Bowen Lockwood. And Lockwood's got it at centre half forward, not far out from goal, about 40 metres out from goal. And gee whiz, this is an important one for the side, Rick.
It certainly is. These changes have worked straight away for Jonah. Hicksy's had a touch. He's just come on, and Dewey's gone into the centre, and he's found Lockwood at full forward straight away.
Will he kick it? That's the thing. As he comes in, should. Fires on that northern goal. It's coming back a bit. The umpire has a look at the boundary umpire. You make the decision, son. Don't worry about the boundary umpire. And he says it's only a minor score. They're 11th. The Doggies are 4-11. Port Adelaide 11-1. We've played 1 minute in this third term. Twilight game, of course. The lights are on too here at Whylla's Bennett Oval. Clayton, he gets it out towards the outer side here, towards our grandstand position where the young fella in Evans is, but he can't stop it because it's over that white line. And Bynes, it was in fact, came on midway through that second quarter. Out on the full, Adam Swatala will take the result in the free kick. And the near side forward flank. Goes in now, looking for the player in Lockwood from behind again. And the big fella in Curtly Ambrose takes the mark in front. He's had a good game. He ferrets it out now towards his player as well, coming looking for Philip O'Rourke. He's got Phil Hopkins through there. In fact, John Ryan would have got an Academy Award for that, but Sam Philip took a bit of a touch, and he got the free kick for a push in the back. The player is Clayton coming out to Port Adelaide. He goes towards Ambrose. Holm was a little bit late on the scene, but he just said, I want you to earn it, son. Ambrose says, look, he ain't on him again, but the umpire says, get on with it, son. Ambrose now goes towards Carter. Carter's free on the half-forward flank for the Maggies. He goes in long, looking down there, and finding, or nearly finding the player there in Evans. He couldn't get it to the Magpies. Central District working hard. Evans comes out with it. The umpire says it's a free kick back there to Hopwood, I think it is, yes, for Central District, and he'll take that free kick for high tackle. Gets it in towards Stuart Dew. Very short. But that's the kick, not the player. He's not real tall either. In he comes now, Stuart Dew. Comes wide. Here's Ambrose, got the set again. Couldn't get it. Good play there by, that was Remus. Remus got it on, but now working hard is Jones. Here's a little rat. Gets it back to Holm. Holm will be caught if he doesn't kick it. Gets it over to Jones. Jones has kicked a couple of goals in the go. Goes towards full forward. Or centre-half forward. He's found Damien Hicks once again. And as Rick McGowan said, he's got a couple of touches already. He goes towards McAdam, who's on the ball. Good play by the doggies, Rick.
Yes, very good. Those changes by Jones have certainly worked at this stage. With Gilbert on the ball and Hicks here half forward.
Waste no time. We're at the 3-minute mark, third term. Comes in, waste no time. He's had plenty of AFL experience, of course. Good looking kick. See the ball. See the doggy go. Yes, it is. Right through the middle from Gilbert McAdam. That's what the doggies needed. That's his first for the afternoon. And at the 3-minute mark on the Rupina Football Club scoreboard, Port Adelaide 11-1, Central District 5-11. You're listening to live SNFL footy action on your choice 5CM. In Whyalla on the Rupina Footy Club scoreboard. The twilight game here, the lights are on. They'll take effect in another, well, we've probably got another 3/4 hour or so before they'll take proper effect. But as I said, on that Rupina Footy Club scoreboard, 5-minute mark of the third term, Port Adelaide 11-1 leads Central District 5-11, but the doggies have got a goal in this quarter, and Port Adelaide Magpies yet to add to their account. Now it's way out on the outer side. I haven't got my goggles on, but I can see that Port Adelaide's actually nearly got it. Now it comes towards Jones. He's a live wire for the doggies. Well, tapped it onto his advantage. Well, can't pick it up though. Being pressured by Clayton. Play on toward the umpire. Clayton's in there as well, working hard. Nobody can get the footy, and it'll be over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. In front of that scoreboard, the Rupina Footy Club scoreboard, 11-1 the Maggies, Central District 5-11. And those moves, as you said, Rick, trying to get the side G'd up a bit.
Yes, they have. Stewie G's picked up 3 or 4 touches in the centre of the ground, and he's certainly got a great left foot kick on him, which catches the forwards one-on-one.
John McBain was saying he's probably a little bit unlucky to get dropped, really, from the AFL.
Yeah, he's a bit underdone. I think he can lose a few kilos. He's carrying a bit, but I'm sure later in the season he'll be ready to have a game from town.
Well, there's a few of us like that, but we don't have to run a full game of footy out, I suppose. Now it comes towards the Magpies. Oh, they've kicked it straight to the big Sojourner boy in Mazarowski, though, and he's got it on the centre wing. Looking further afield now, looking to the sun a bit. But a little bit difficult for the players in this bit of a twilight zone. He goes looking for the rat, but it doesn't find him. It finds Hahn. And Scott Hahn for the Magpies. At centre half back. He'll drive it in towards centre half forward. All the Magpies players both looked at each other. Let Scotty Lee get a tap away. Comes only to Wade Morgan though. He tries to dummy around. Kicks it high for us cockies to get some rain. Darren Smith ran at the player was going for the ball. Play on, advantage played. Good play there by Geister. Gets it out wide. Who's out there? That's Holm, I think. He kicks long towards full forward looking for Hicks. Hicks in front. Good grab. Yes, Damien Hicks in front. Made his ball the object and got it beautifully. He's right on the 50-metre line. He's way out towards the scoreboard. 45, 50-degree angle though. 11-1 the Maggies. Central District 5-11. The Doggies showing a bit of fight in this quarter. Damien Hicks, did he spend the whole first half on the bench, Rick?
Yes, he certainly did, yes.
So he wants to take his opportunity. Goes in now, looking for the full forward. Can't get him his ball ace in the back pocket. Over towards Binky, working hard. Oh, good play. Oh, but the umpire's seen a free kick. As Central District were running towards the open goal. And the Port Adelaide Magpies will get it. Brian Binky, former South Augusta player, played cricket against this lad in Port Augusta, I did. That's my rise to fame. Brian Binky goes out long now. Looking down there for the player in weight. He was caught behind. Good body work by the Central District player. Here's McAdam on the ball to provide a bit of a spark. He can't get it. Comes towards half forward for the Maggies now. Here's the Obbs in opposition to Scotty Lee. Bit of experience there. Obbs did the better. Got it up to Carter from the 50-metre line. Shoots on that goal, but it fades away at the last moment. And it'll go through for a minor score for the Magpies. Their first score in this quarter. They move to 11-2 at the 8-minute mark on the Rupina scoreboard, Footy Club scoreboard. Central District are 5 goals 11. Scott Lee doesn't waste any time getting it out from fullback. Over to Swirt. There's some experience for you. Left foot kicks a shocker, but he's got a push in the back, the umpire said. And some of the faithful aren't happy here in the grandstand. But Ricky McGuinness pretty happy because Stephen Swirt got a chance to atone for that shocker, but he kicked about halfway up his shit. Squirt now on that left foot. He's funny how he wobbles the ball towards the old foot, but he's very effective. Ambrose over the top of the Magpies. Gets it out there towards the player in Polton. He can't stop it. He's in opposition out there to his Central District opponents. Timmy Cook's out there. Timmy Cook, he wants to just relax a bit and get on with the game. I reckon Timmy puts too much pressure on himself, doesn't he, Rick?
Yeah, he struggled a bit last week and unfortunately he's battling a bit today.
He's a good player. He just wants to relax, get on with the game. He worries a bit about it, I think. Anyway, who's got this? Big Mazurowski's got it. And he'll take the kick from the half-back flank for Central District. He goes well higher than longer, but it only comes towards the player in Polton. Polton will get the free kick. Now it's Braden. Advantage ruled. No, the umpire says you've got to bring it back, boys. And the play will be stopped at the 8-minute mark. 9-minute mark on the scoreboard. My watch says 8, so we'll say it's the 8.5-minute mark. Port Adelaide 11-2. Central District 5 goals 11. Your boys looking a bit better in this quarter.
Yes, they started off much better this quarter, so hopefully they can keep it up.
Now the free kick will go back to Mark Clayton. As John McBain told you, he's the son of Bob Clayton. He's a great player with the Magpies, of course, and played here in Whyalla. He goes to Lees, who hasn't had many touches today. He in turn goes to Pedler. Here's McGuinness at the drop of the ball in opposition to Ray and also Spatala. They're battling hard for it. The umpire says a free kick. Gee whiz, that could have been a little bit soft. But who am I to judge from way up here? And the Magpie player in Stephen Carter will get the free kick 40 metres out from goal. 45-degree angle. We've got a beautiful look at this. And Ricky, what do you think of that one?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was for, Freddie.
He pulled it out the pack. They often do, but he a lot closer than us, and he could see what it was. Here's Stephen Carter coming in, very deliberate approach on goal for his second. It could come back. Beautiful kick. That's the kick of experience. Came back with the old right leg foot. A good off break there, and it's straight through the hay diddle. Port Adelaide 13-2. That's 12-2. Lead Central District 5-11 at the 10-minute mark, third term. You're listening to live SNFL Footy, and your choice for footy, 5CS. SNFL footy action. A 12-minute marks just ticked over on the Rupina Footy Club scoreboard. Port Adelaide 12-2 and Central District have got another one. 6-11 through Bowen Lockwood. Good play by the doggies. Here they go again. That big fella's got in Mazarowski, showing a bit of poise there, but he's kicked a bit of a shocker. It's gone to Stephen Carter. He's all over the ground. Is Carter. Kicked a couple of goals. Now he's at centre half back. Comes out wide towards the AFL experienced Andrew Hobbs. Oh, he's struggling for a couple of yards there, and he wanted to see it go over the boundary line. Good play by your fellas to get that last goal.
Yes, it was. Sutala on his left found Lockwood and he converted. But Mazarowski's given the boys something in ruck. He's following up with some good work on the ground.
Throw in comes to Ambrose. Ambrose had a bit of a field day today. Comes around towards Binky. Binky kicks it around the corner towards the grandstand wing here. And the player there was Hahn, but he can't keep it in front of Cotter. And they both bundle over the boundary line. And the umpire once again comes in. Gilman McAdam yelling a few instructions there with a bit of experience. He's on the ball now for the doggies. Here's Big Mazarowski. Beautiful tap down. Got to get his own ball though. Comes to Hahn. Hahn can't get it. Oh, he's just tried to put Cotter out the road there. Play on. They fought against each other there, the doggies. He goes wide looking for McAdam and also the boundary line, and it goes over. Left half forward flank for the Bulldogs. They need a couple more. Port Adelaide 12-2 lead Central District 6-11. The 13-minute mark. Live footy twilight game here in Whyalla. Up they go again. Platten's there. Timmy Cook. Stuart Dew. Good poise. Got down towards Cotter. Got on the left boot. But he's kicked it into the pine past his stand. You know, that means he's out on the full. And Andrew Hobbs will take the resultant free kick. Ricky, the Oval looking great.
Yes, he's in top condition.
Darren Smith's the one they're looking for. Also floating across the front of the pack. There's a big fella there for Port Adelaide in Jakes. But it comes to Mazarowski, who's playing well as well. He gets it over to Reimers. Reimers tried to do too much for me, and you're gone. Ricky McGowan, if he was right up his ginger then, he would have told him off, I reckon, if he was out there. But the resultant free kick comes to Jared Polton. He goes in towards full forward, and the player there for Port Adelaide gets in front. That's Paul Evans, and he'll kick on goal on that southern end from 45 metres out to goal. And that wasn't too good there, Ricky.
I don't know what happened there, Fred. The back line held up, thinking it was time on. Like, obviously played it on, and now Paul Evans gets a shot for goal, but the back line stood there just watching, didn't it?
Not quite enough talk there either to the Huey boy.
No, he hung on to it a bit long.
Here's Evans shooting on that southern goal now, very deliberate, with the bandage around the elbow. Kicks on goal, but it won't come back like Carter's did over the left-hand side of the stick, and it's one behind. 12 goals, 3 Port Adelaide Magpies, Central District 6-11. We're at the 14-minute mark. You are listening to a live SNFL footy on your choice 5CS, of course, live from the Whyalla Bennett Oval. Looking at a picture as the seagulls come in from the sea. It's got too cold on the beach, so they've come inland a little bit. Here's Scotty Lee. Oh, he left old Daisy Ball. They stand there like a tram conductor. Up he goes, Scotty Lee now. Out towards Stephen Squirt. They've done this a few times in their careers. Squirt got it. Didn't have the help of anybody over there. Was in a little bit of trouble. Had the handball to the boundary line. And once again it's over. Now, Ricky, you'd be looking for Central District to kick a couple of quick goals to just get back in touch.
I think we've got to get more out of our own ballers. I think Mazarowski's starting to get plenty of the ball, and we don't seem to get enough out of our smaller guys. So hopefully they can lift in the next 10 minutes of this quarter.
Jakes and Mazarowski do battle from that boundary. Throw in comes now towards that's Waite, I think, kicked it in. A bit of nudging back there by him, and what will the umpire say? He'll say it's good body work. Could have been either way. Scotty Lee's not happy, but Paul Evans has yet again got a shot on goal, directly in front of goal on this occasion, on that goal from about 30 metres out from goal. This should be a Monty, really, shouldn't it?
Certainly a push in the back there, Freddie, I think.
Well, the true colours are coming out, I think, Ricky. No, there was a shove out, and it's often a debatable thing to see whether it was actually a push out or the mark. As we see Mazarowski, Timothy coming off for a well-earned rest, and the big lumbering Radley Moller comes on. Here's Evans shooting on goal. Port Adelaide faith will go up because they've kicked another one. They're 13. On the Lupina Footy Club scoreboard, Port Adelaide 13-3, Central District 6-11. Live SNFL footy action on your choice 5CS. Youngsters, we're here at the Whyalla Bennett Oval live SNFL footy action. We Port Adelaide go into attack once again, and I found Paul Evans, and I think all the boys found out the score of the Port Power at half-time. They had a convincing win against Hawthorn today, and that has buoyed up the black and white here in Whyalla, as Paul Evans yet again has got the footy. And the last couple of minutes, the Maggies have just got on top.
Paul Evans is starting to get out in front. He's got a bit extra toe on him than Heath Hopwood, and starting to get first miss the ball.
Who would you put onto him?
Oh, no, I'll stick with Heath.
As he kicks the goal, won't quite make the distance. Big Moller's down there. Tap down, who's at the front of the packs where Taylor is. Good play to Scotty Lee. Oh, he doesn't know what to do with it. He dummies around, just gives himself a bit of time. Has a bounce now. Good vision. Look at that to McAdam. Gilbert should run onto it. He does. Anybody running past? I think Sawell is. Gets it over the top. Runs on now, Sawell on that outer side wing, going towards the player, and Hicks, he's got it. Good play, that's better play, the doggies. As Hicks goes over the top towards Timmy Cook, a little left footer from Clare. He's got it. Good afternoon to Nude Nut Colin. He'll be down there listening to his son. In he comes towards centre half forward. Oh, the umpire's taken a riveting by one of the Port Adelaide players. He's down, but he's up again. And the big fella there in Jakes has taken the mark at centre half back. He goes out towards Ashley. Ashley goes towards centre half forward. McGuinness was outpointed by about 2 foot then. And big Radley Moller. Interesting to see a new player to the club this year, Rick.
Yes, from ACC. He was runner-up in the medal there last year, and he's been a handy pickup.
Here's Sawell once again getting free on the outer side wing, going towards Hicks. Binky's in opposition to him. Also back there's Tommy Carr. Shows a bit of poise onto the right foot. Goes out wide towards Philippou. Haven't seen a lot of him in this quarter. Sam Philippou's always dangerous though. When he was in the Eagles, he could have turned on about 10 minutes of great footy. Here it comes towards centre half forward flank. Darren Smith with the experience. Tim McGuinness doesn't know what to do with it. Holding the ball had to be. And the advantage is paid. No, it's not, because time off had been blown, and the umpire says come back. And Scotty Lee has to come back, kick it over the top there. Now, that's Craig Cotter back there, is it, Ricky? Can you see?
He's gone from centre wing to the back pocket. Got beaten in the first half by Ashley, so he's gone back to the back pocket.
Ashley's played pretty well, young Matthew Ashley. Over to McAdam now. He goes wider to the player in Hopwood, who Rick was talking about a little while ago. Now in towards the centre half forward position. That was Holm on his left boot. Towards Lays. He couldn't get it though. They're playing all in one there. Beautiful play there over to Platten. Platten now, this will bounce over the top for a bit of judgment. Poor Hicksy judged it, but Brian Binky got enough on it that he got the kick out towards the pocket, right between the goals and the Rupina Footy Club scoreboard. 20-minute mark, Port Adelaide 13-3, Central District 6-11. You're listening to live SNFL footy action from the Bennett Oval on 1044 5CF.
Young Clayton's done a good job on Jones this quarter. Jones was dangerous the first half, but Clayton's done a good job this quarter.
Yep, my word. Here it comes now from the boundary throw, and a big tap through from behind. And it's another point to the doggies. They've crewed a few of them this afternoon and this evening. That is their 12th. As the 21-minute mark ticks over, Port Adelaide 13-3, Central District are 6 goals 12. Here's Clayton, goes very, very short to Tom Carr. Carr will go towards Pedler. The Cannon will try and get him. He can't do it though. And here's Pedler, better known for his goal kicking. He gets over the top to Borlase. Borlase, very experienced for the Magpies. Over to Leeds, and Brian Leeds, best on ground by a mile last week. Has not had many touches this week. They're using the yellow ball, of course, because it'll come into play on the right. Oh, good mark by Julian Waite back there, I think it is. No, it's not. It's Jared Polton. They're a look-alike. Polton goes up, looking for that bloke Evans again, and he's got it. No, he hasn't. Scott Lee does well, keeps the ball between himself and the boundary line. They're all working hard, the doggies. Good kick off the ground there by the Central District defender, and it goes out in front of Scott Lee and also Darren Smith. A little bit of experience there. Scott Lee's only played 193, and Darren Smith 322 games. Gee whiz. And it comes from the boundary umpire now. Here's the little fella in Grapevines. Can't get it. Tapped over the boundary line. Good play. He's a good young fella. And the thing, Ricky, there's a lot of young blokes coming through, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. I mean, I haven't seen much of Vines, but he looks like he's got a bit of pace about him. He looks a lightning tight.
Big Moller and Darren Smith. Smith works his way to the front. Oh, it's pretty scrappy now. Here comes a player in Hahn. Hahn gets it over the top. Oh, Ashley's there, caught with the ball, but it's been held to him. The umpire will have no alternative once again but to ball it up. Rupina Footy Club scoreboard, 22-minute mark, Port Adelaide 13-3, Central District 6-12. And over at the Rouge Club Rooms, just behind that scoreboard, tonight the two Johns are playing entertainment from 8 till 8. Counter meals available after the game. Up she goes from the umpire. Little rat Platten's in there. That head bobbing with the old hair. Now he gets one bounce. Can't see too much, and that's a terrible kick, really, Johnny Platten. Up and under, and Carter's got the set. Got up over Dew, but couldn't hold it. Here's ball ace, gets it back to Platten, and Platten takes the mark in front of the player down there in Jared Polton. No, it's not. It's in fact Scotty Hahn.
Conway's gone to centre forward, though, Conway.
Right, well, we'll see what happens there. He needs a big lift. Here's Platten, of course, back this year. Here's Conway. Oh, good tip away by Lee. Gets over to Jakes. Jakes doesn't know what to do with it. He's a big lumbering fellow. Oh, you'll get caught, son. Here's Jones now with a bit of fire in his belly. Goes towards centre forward. Here's Hicks in front. Good play. Where are you, Cookie? Can't get it though. Outpointed by Carr. Carr comes away with pace. Goes here looking for the player in Polton. Good start. That in fact is Hahn again. And a good play there, right in front of this boisterous grandstand. Goes towards Andrew Obst and Scotty Lee. Working hard at the back there was the player in Geister. Couldn't get it. Now it comes out here towards Darren Smith. He'll try and get over to Polton. The umpire's seen something that we haven't. And it'll come back to the player in Paul Vines. He'll get a free kick for a knee in the head, I think. And, well, Vines will show a little bit, I think. Great opportunity for these young players to come out in the country and play. What's happened?
Very fortunate that they didn't call play on there because Obst is running into open goal, so pretty happy with that call.
Right, fair enough. Paul Vines, in he comes now. He's played no games. This is his debut game. Oh, good play back there by James Saywell. He's got it over the top to the player in Jason Ray, over to McAdam. McAdam now go over the top towards Timmy Cook. What can you do this time, Cookster? He's out in the open. He'll do something pretty good with it, I reckon. Look at that for a catch to Lockwood. And it's a good call by the big Fredster because Lockwood's got it. Not far out from goal. 20 metres on a bit of an angle in front of that scoreboard over there at the 24-minute mark. Shows Port Adelaide 13-3, Central District 6-12.
Just what Cookie needed, I think. It's quite a bit of space and to find Lockwood on his chest, give him a bit of confidence.
Won't give Lockwood much confidence or Ricky McGowan watching that because he kicked a shocker for a behind. 13 behind that is Central District are 6-13 and Port Adelaide 13-3. Good kicking wins matches and it could come true this afternoon, although we're only 25 minutes into the third term twilight action from the Bennett Oval on 5CF. Comes out from Clayton to Binky. Binky goes towards the big fella in Moller for Central District, who was in front. Came down now towards Philippo for the Magpies. Here's Lees. Lees has got it a couple of yards in front now. Kicks long but to nobody. And back there is the Central District player in that's Geister. And Geister's got the footy. Looks up, seeing what he can do here. Goes wide across. Oh, good vision that is to Stratala. He gets it over the top of Saywell. Saywell running beautifully. They've got a bit of legs now, the doggies. Here's Hicks. Can he get around his opponent? No, he can't, but he did the next best thing and just chipped it over. Here's Cook and Platten. What can they do? Good play, Carr. Got it in. You shouldn't penalise him for that, but he has. Fair dinkum. He was 2-on-1 and gathered it from about 3 metres away. I wouldn't have paid it that way, but he's umpiring and doing a good job, I suppose. And Timmy Cook will get the holding the ball decision. He goes in short to Jones. Good play on Timmy Cook, like Ricky McGowan said. Just that little bit of confidence. He's a confidence player like most of the players are. And Paul Jones has got it 45 metres out from goal. They're not attacking directly enough. They're getting tucked away in that pocket, Rick.
He's good enough to kick this, though. He's 45 out on the slight angle. I reckon he'll kick it from there.
He's going to dob it, says the Dark Peak boy. Mark Jones going for his third. Well, he'll dob it for something. I think he'll dob it for a behind. What's the goal umpire say? Yes, it's yet another point. And we see 16 scoring shots to 20, and the doggies are behind by plenty. Port Adelaide 13-3, direct footy, Central District 6-14. They could count, though, all those behinds if they can get a wriggle on directly, though, Ricky McGowan.
Yes, they need to convert on a few occasions. Lockwood could have kicked 3 this quarter if he converted, but he hasn't. So.
Here it goes. Back towards the kick out towards Big Moller. Couldn't get his hands on the ball. Here's Vines again, proving pretty elusive. Now the doggies got a charge. Here's Platten. Lockwood supporting him. Into the goal square, Johnny. Johnny says, I want a goal. And one of the 3-4-5 sirens. Platten scored. Here's the score. Johnny Platten gets one for the doggies. They get their 7th. They move to 7 goals 14. Port Adelaide 13-3, three-quarter time at the big track SANFL footy at Bennett Oval. Running through the goal kickers for the Magpies, still in front by plenty at this stage. Scotty Han has got 3, 2 to Philip McGuinness and Paul Evans, and 1 each to Obbs, Philippo, Hodges, Holton, and Stephen Carter down the bottom of my list has got 2 as well. For the Doggies, 2 to Mark Jones, all the others are singles. Stable, Lockwood, McAdam, Whyalla and John Platten, who kicked it just in the nick of time to get that one in.
Well, he's going to say play on at all costs and take plenty of risk, so the boys will certainly have a go this quarter, I think.
Thanks to our supporters, of course, Australian Central Credit Union, Westland Shopping Centre, Sportsco here in Whyalla, Harry Hale Removals, Bob's Home Hardware and Great Outdoors, for everything you need for the handyman. And what's happened here? There's been a fight, and the Central Whyalla Footy Club where the players will be. The siren's going about 43 times. Free kick behind play to Daniel Holm before the game got underway. Now it has, as we go into the final quarter, and we see the player in Mazurowski get around his opposition. Here comes the Saywell. Saywell now kicks it up, and a shocking kick as Platten's in front. Just didn't know what was happening there for a little while. Now Central Districts are into attack. Gets it out wide. Here's Lockwood. How good's it kicking around the body? He's perfect. He's got it. Good play by the Doggies. Did you see that infringement, Nicky?
Odd gave Daniel Holm one just before the ball was down, so the free kick out of the centre and resulted in a goal.
Well, there you go. A goal to the Doggies. Bowen Lockwood second, and they move to 8-14 on the Rufina Footy Club scoreboard. 13-3 plays 8-14. Live SNFL footy action on your choice prices. Now we've got another free kick. What's happening here? Ricky McGowan reckons Christmas has come. Stuart Jew's got it for the Doggies. He goes into full forward. Lockwood's up high. Can't get it. Here's Platten. Couldn't run onto it. Got a bit of a shove. Here's McAdam. Over the top again. Over the player in Jones. Here's the Doggies get their second goal in as many minutes. And they move along now to 9-14. Port Adelaide 13-3. Live footy action on 5CS. Now, what's happening? The 1 minute mark, and the Doggies have scored 2 quick goals. 13-3 Port Adelaide. The Doggies are 9-14 to draw within 13 points now. And that was Jones kicking his third. Back in the centre, the umpire does get a bounce on this occasion. They all fall over the top of the ball. Central District will be looking to get it out. Here's McGuinness. Fell over the top of a player that went under. Oh, he's hurt himself, the Doggies man, too. There was Jason Ray on the ground there. But the umpire says, I'll have to ball it up. Because the ball's under everybody there. A bevy of bodies in there, and the umpire will have no option but to thump it to the turf. Good play by the Doggies. It's only 13 points of difference now in my reckoning. 25 take 12. That's 13 when I went to the Wilmington Primary School. Here's Gilbert McGowan, ducks ahead. The umpire says too high. Well, he's a bit lucky there, says Ricky McGowan. What do you think?
He ducked his head into it and he was very lucky to get the free, I believe, Teddy.
Righto, here's Gilbert McAdam now. coming out of defence, I should say, into attack. He goes now towards Mazarowski. He's taking a good mark. See, the Bulldogs are on their toes now. And so are the fans. He goes in long, looking for Lockwood on the lead. He'll get this. Up he goes, all over the back of foot. Trying to a soccer style, but only goes as far as Brian Lees. Lees to Port Adelaide, up and under. Lockwood another chance. Oh, good mark, Clayton. I think it is. Now it's Binky back there in defence for Port Adelaide. He stood under the footy and took a good chest mark in the end. Binky was going to play on. We've played 2 minutes. The Doggies within 13 points now. Out he goes wide. Port Adelaide be looking for something now. Here's a big Mazarowski. He's put in a sterling effort the second half. Gets it off to Platt. Young Platten. He gets it over. Young Platten, I said. He's older than me. Gets it over now. Kicking long up towards Lockwood. He can't get it. Here's Clayton at the base of the pack. Oh, comes out. Lucks a fortune to Lockwood. Gets it over to the Cannon. He's doing it. Good on the Magic. Over the top. Good play. Here's Tricky. Can't get it. Gee whiz, who's going to come out with it? Nobody is. And they've messed it up. The Doggies absolutely made a meal of that one. And the Port Adelaide defence are very thankful to get a bounce out of it. Ricky.
Gilbert certainly should have had a shot there from 20 metres out to decide the handball and miss the target.
Fair enough, no worries. I'll just move your little mic up there a bit, Ricky. And it goes now. The big tap out is by Hicks. He gets it down. Oh, gee, they're battling hard trying to get it through for a goal. Now, well, it's over the boundary line. And we see the boundary umpire coming around. We'll get Ricky all suited up here. And special comments by Brooke McGann, of course, twice best and fairest at the Bulldogs, state footballer, and he'll be back in the next couple of weeks. Here we go now, the throw-in comes. Here's Binky at the bottom of the pack, all got one around the neck. And I don't think Ricky was too happy about that one. But he did get a tap around the neck, and the umpire paid that kick. Over to Stephen Carter. He goes out. Those big light towers are going to take a bit of effect very, very shortly. Oh, a bit of a nudge out there by Darren Smith. Play on called the umpire. Over to Ashley. And Ashley gets it long. Oh, good play, Scotty Lee. Well, luck to fortune to Filippo. Filippo now towards Borlase. Borlase resting in a pocket. Goes back towards Polton. Polton shoots on goal. I think he might have it. No, he hasn't. It goes across. Paul Evans is there. But it's a minor score to the Maggies. 4 minutes we've played. Port Adelaide 13-4. Central District 9 goals 14. What do you think, Ricky?
Yeah, I was just thinking Scotty Lee's tightened up this second half. Although he was getting plenty of the ball, the resting road has 6-4 goals on him, so he's done well this second half.
He kicks out from full-back 2, gives it to Johnny Platten. Platten around the corner, coming up towards Stuart Dew. Oh, good strong lad. Good mark too. Goes in now looking for Timmy Cook. That's the double down. Good play. He's putting it away a free kick. Over goes to Odds. Odds to Ambrose. The old 1-2 back to Odds. Odds now towards Tanar forward. Nobody there. But Scotty Lee, and he'll take a mark or a free kick. Please yourself. Here's Platt out here again looking for it. Scotty Lee goes wide, trying to provide a bit of run though. Now it goes out wide towards the player there. Who was that? Was that Hopwood? Yes. Heath Hopwood gets it out to Ray. Ray tries to bounce it. Should be able to bounce it on this firm. Gets it over to Swatala. Swatala though was looking the wrong direction of play. Now he turns around in towards the man in Lockwood. Lockwood will go up. Nobody down though. Ambrose comes away for the Maggies. Kicks it out. Brian, what's he done? He kicked it over the boundary line to touch. Beautiful little touch, and we can see now that the lights are starting to take effect. And the first time I've seen the lights here in Whyalla, and they certainly do look pretty good. Ricky?
Yes, no, the lights look a lot better than Perry did anyway this time last year.
When you're overran by poor old North Adelaide, and did it easy. Round the corner come the Doggies into attack once again. Back there is a good mark to Clayton, I think, or Binky. They look alike, those two. It is Brian Binky. And Brian Binky gets the free kick across half-back. He goes towards the mark, I should say. He goes towards Richard Ambrose. Ambrose will go out wide to Lees, and Lees has got it on the half-back flank. Wastes a bit of time trying to set up something now. Over to McGuinness. McGuinness takes the mark. A little bit further towards the centre wing. Here's little Matthew Ashley. He gets it on to Lees, who's run on from the half-back flank. Goes towards centre half forward now. And Filippo. Filippo's been disappointing this second half, and he couldn't grab that one, couldn't bend over, and he's gone out of bounds with it. Boundary throw in around from the Rufina Footy Club scoreboard. Rory listening to live SNFL action on 5CS. The scoreboard reads Port Adelaide 13-4, Central District 9-14, a margin of 14 points for the Maggies. Out it comes from centre half back round the corner by the Magpies. Nobody there. Stuart Dew's there. Got a bit of barracking going on here from Ricky McGowan, I reckon, and why not? He's a favourite son of the doggies. He gets it over to another favourite, son in Gilbert McAdam. Back, of course, from an exile. And he goes now towards centre half forward or more on the wing. They couldn't get it down there. Was being held. Looked like Jones, but now comes from the player in for Taylor. He goes over the top to Squirt. Squirt to Jones. Jones will run on that southern goal. In or luck to fortune for Pedler. He played in front, I suppose. If you do that, you'll get it 9 times out of 10. He'll relieve the pressure for Port Adelaide. Comes wide, only a foul Cotter. Cut out a little look behind him. Got it in short. He can Hicks get it. Yes, he can. Oh, the umpire played that pretty shot. But he was in front. Definitely held it. Held it for long enough, says Ricky McGowan. And I'm not going to argue with him because he's sitting there alongside me and he's between me and the door. I've got to get out tonight. So Damien Hicks has got it.
Normally not a very good, reliable shot for goal on the set shot, so it'll be interesting. Hopefully he can convert.
And don't forget, anybody listening around the ground or in the area, Central Whyalla Footy Club hosting the 2 teams a little later on. We'll all be over there to have a chat to them and come over and get an autograph for the kids. Say good day, just have a general chat about the game, whatever. All the players will be over there and they'll be more than willing to have a chat to you. There's no doubt about that. This is SANFL footy action from Whyala's Bennett Oval. We look on Damien Hicks. Not reliable, says Ricky, so probably spread it. And he comes. That'll do. I think he has. It's coming back. When they move to within, what do we got? 8 points. 13-4. Plays at 10-14. You're listening to live SANFL footy action on your choice 5CS. Back here at the 10-minute mark on the Rupina Footy Club scoreboard. It's only 8 points of difference now. The Doggies have fired on 3 goals this quarter to nothing. Port Adelaide has kicked 2 behind. But they still lead. Port Adelaide 13-5. Lead Central District 10 goals 14. 10 minutes played in this final term. Twilight footy action. Here's ball ace for Port Adelaide. It's towards centre half forward of Port Adelaide over the back. Who can get it? Here's Geister. Geister should have perhaps grabbed it. He tapped it instead. Comes to Wade on the left boot, but he's running too hard with the footy and has kicked it out of bounds on the full. And don't tell me he's going to give him a resultant free kick down the ground. No, he's not. And the player back there, it's a little bit difficult time with these lights. Craig Cotter, thank you, Ricky McGowan. He knows them from close and afar. He comes. Not a real good kick by Cotter, but Timmy Cook's butted up with it. No, won't be holding the ball surely. Throw it in, says the umpire. Cookie was caught with it, and it's gone over the boundary line. The boundary umpire will do that. He'll throw it in. 11 minutes, 8 points of difference. The Magpies in front. Up it goes Big Mazarowski. What a sterling effort. We'll get Rick McGowan's thoughts on the best players from both sides later on, but it's over the boundary line. And Big Mazarowski tapped it out. And they've made the little way towards the Doggies' goal, about 5 metres. Now we've got a change there, Ricky. What's happened? 29's come on Vinesy, and he's taken the place of Julian Waite. In it comes again. Darren Smith in opposition to Mazarowski. Comes over to Saywell. Saywell can kick it to nobody but his opposition to Ambrose, and that was bad luck. Richard Ambrose got it on the centre wing, right in front of our commentary position, in front of the grandstand. Beautiful view of the footy. He goes long. Hasn't had quite the influence he did have in the first half. Oh, good mark, Mazarowski. They played keep it off, but then Ambrose to his opposite number. And Mazarowski, it's a junior lad, you said, Ricky.
Yes, he's come up a couple of years ago, and he's one of the best players in the reserves last year, and he's showing potential today.
He goes towards Heath Hopwood, out-pointed his opposition. He got about a foot and a half on him as well. He goes inboard to Folly Saywell. He goes long towards centre forward. That's it direct. But chopping it off will be McGuinness. I think, no, it's not. It's that Ashley again. That man Ashley, Matthew Ashley. He goes outward, wide towards Ball 8. He's got enough poise and skill to get it on towards Lee. Brian Lee's now firing towards centre half forward. Oh, good mark out there too to Filippo. He got it quickly to McGuinness. Watch out, son, you'll be caught. He was good enough to get it off and out towards another player in Binky. Binky towards Darren Smith. Geister's there with him. Oh, beautiful play, Geister in to get a tap. Put the head down off, protect the player. Going for the ball up there. He didn't and went play on. Here's the player now for Port Adelaide in Morgan. He got it stolen off him. Comes back to Vine. Over to Carter. Towards Smith. Oh, the Smith boy from the west coast. Got it, well, he ducked the head and Geister got it. He goes wide. He could have got a free kick to centre this to Clarence Jones. Wasn't to be. Clayton tipped it in. The boundary umpire said, no, you didn't. And it's fast and furious at the moment. John Clayton having a little bit of a talk to the umpire. Don't do any good prep. You've got to get the footies up. Here he comes now. Gee, it's fast and furious. Big oval, but they haven't run out of legs. Nobody. No doubt about that. Anybody, I should have said. Big Ambrose took it in the ruck. He was tackled by Daniel Holmes and brought to ground. The umpire has to come in and bounce. 8 points of difference on the Rupina Footy Club scoreboard. Port Adelaide in front. 13-5 to 10-14 at the 13-minute mark. You're listening to SANFL footy action on 10:44. Yes, it's all. Ambrose gets a free kick out of ruck for an infringement. They're not happy with that, the Central District supporters. The crowds come alive. Up goes Mazarowski. Couldn't quite get a good and nearly broken a finger there too. He's all right, and it comes over the boundary line. From one half-forward flank to the other, fast and furious action at the moment, Ricky McGowan.
Yes, it is. I'm impressed by Heath Hopwood's attack on a couple of Port Adelaide bodies. He knocked Scotty Hodges' shoulder out of place, and he just gave number 13 a bit of a shirt front as well. Good effort.
Here's Gilbert McCallum. Beautiful pace out of the back line. Got it to Scotty Lee, the co-captain. He got it on to Squirty. Here's Stephen Squirt now, looking for somebody. Oh, he didn't go on with the lead there. Damien Hicks, and he'll be outpointed by Binky. Binky got it on, just hit and hope. It'll come towards Squirt again. Bit of poise on the left side. Yes, he does. Gets it over there towards, who was that, Ricky? Hopwood. Thank you very much. Back to Squirt. Here comes Scotty Lee. Little chip to the Patnadu. Patton's got an 8 in the centre. Goes long now. Here's a big play in Lockwood. Oh, Hicks doubles back. And Damien Hicks has got it again. And Ricky McGowan will put his sunglasses on so he doesn't see this. And Damien Hicks has got a chance to bring the doggies within 2 points. As they say in the classics, we've got the close one. And Damien Hicks will take a shot on goal. And he come on in this second half. And he's provided a bit for the doggies, there's no doubt about that.
Mazarowski's brought the boys back into the game. I think his effort's been sensational this quarter.
And the little girl waving the Central District flag down here on the Port Adelaide coach's box. Stephen Williams won't want to see that hang over the front. He might rip it off her. In comes Hicks. Good looking shot on goal. Central District 11-14 on the Rupina scoreboard. Rupina Footy Club scoreboard. 15-minute mark. This is Coast football. Well, great play, Ricky McGowan. What do you think?
I don't like the look of this. They've taken Mazza out of the ruck, so well, hopefully Radley can do the job, but I would have left Mazza in there if I was Peter Jones.
Where have they got Mazza out?
I think he must be on the bench.
Well, I suppose you need to spell. It's a big oval, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Leave it for the last 5 minutes.
Back in the centre, great SANFL footy action. Here go the doggies. Boy tripped over himself. Go towards Timmy Cook. Get it on, yes. Good play by Timmy Cook. Little kick out wide towards the half-forward flank. All the players have risen, haven't they, Ricky? The whole 2 teams, really. Port Adelaide know the importance again. And, of course, it's over the boundary line, outer side flank now. And it's great to see the importance of country footy, or coming to the country with SANFL footy, because it's 2 points on the end of it, Ricky.
Exactly, that's right.
Everything else, not just a practice match. Everything's in this. It's as good as when it was at Footy Park or Adelaide Oval. Tap down comes George Daisy, ball out for the Magpies, and the skipper shows plenty of experience. He's played 223 games prior to this. He goes out wide in front of the Australian Central Credit Union's banner over there, one of our great supporters this afternoon and evening.
The boys seem to have lifted around the midfield. They're starting a quick kicks out of the centre. which is certainly helping the forwards.
2 points for the Port Adelaide Magpies. They haven't scored a goal this quarter. Here's Gilbert McCann. He's about 4th or 5th cut. He goes to go from there. No, he doesn't. He chips it over to Timmy. And Timmy Cook will get 50 metres ready. What will the umpire do? That's half Timmy Cook. Good, both of them.
Very courageous.
Yeah, courageous makers running with the ball. Good vision by Gilbert McCann.
Great vision. All right, set him up a little, running the other way, and
he hung in there.
He did. There was a good effort by Tim, and I'm sure he'll get 50 metres and put us 4 points in front.
Well, there you go. Will Cookie get the 50 metres. I suppose it was a clash of bodies. Yes, here he goes. Timmy Cook's got the footy. I don't think he has because he's on the ground. Oh, gee, he's one of these North Clare boys. Oh, he'll probably get up and get the footy. And here's a trainer going up. The trainer's going up saying we need a stretcher, do we? No, what's he doing? No, they're all up. Blood rule, I think.
Jones is going to take the kick, Roland.
Yes, it is. Jones, of course. Mark Jones, number 22. Timmy Cook's a bit sore and sorry, but gee, he'll get a bit of confidence out of that one too.
No, they're doing good.
The blood rule, though, because the player there is Stephen Carter, I think, coming back. And we'll have to wait for Timmy Cook had to come off of the blood rule. Here he comes. Don't worry, Lynette. Mum down there listening up there, he's all right. But he had a gutsy mark. He's all right. He'll have a drink with me later on. Don't worry about that. Coming back on is Brad Willis, of course. One Clare boy from another Clare boy.
Yeah, ex-Cummins boy, younger days.
And here's, they'll have to wait for Stephen Carter. The play will be held up by a long time here. So Stephen Carter's got to come off. Signalling Julian Waite to come on. 2 points the difference. You're listening to FNFL live footy action on Your Choice 5CM.
How would you like to have a healthy Easter this year? Pay a visit to the Clare Valley Health Shop. If you're a health-conscious person or maybe even diabetic, the Clare Valley Health Shop has a tremendous range of treats to make your Easter special. No added sugar chocolate, carob, yogurt chocolate, soya carob Easter eggs, fruit juice marshmallow rabbits with no sugar.
Jumping up and down. He wasn't really. He was cool and calm. The doggies have hit the front. There's 12-14 plays 13-5. That's 4 points for the doggies in my point of view. And Ricky, you said that Paul Jones kicked his fourth because Tim Cook couldn't take the kick.
Yeah, Mark Jones it was.
Mark Jones, sorry, and he's done 30 metres already.
He's pretty keen to get hold of the footy.
Back in the saddle, here's the big fella in Moller. He's showing a bit of pace as well. Well, they all dive on the footy and the umpire comes in and bounces. Timmy Cook, he's got a bit of confidence now. He's keen to come on. Gee whiz, I wouldn't like to rip that off his head when he's in the showers. They're just waiting for Timmy Cook to come back on. I reckon he's keen. Here comes the Platten. Went through his leg. What can happen here? He falls on top of the ball. All the opposition falls on top of it as well. And that is 4 points of difference. Did you add that up from the Dark Peak primary school days? Have you added the score up?
No, it's just tough without the points at the end. Too hard for me.
He's got to use his head. Gee whiz, and Ricky McGowan's outpointed here. 4 points for the doggies. They're in front. He's happy. Goes towards Jones again. Into the post. Oh, holding the ball. No. Up towards Lockwood. Oh, no. The Binkies in front. And Port Adelaide will relieve from the 30-metre line deep in defence. Goes out. Here's Platten out there. In opposition to player in Colton. Platten's got it. Sets it out in advantage to himself. But he can't get it before it goes over the boundary line. 12-14 the doggies. They lead Port Adelaide by 4 points. 13-5, 21-minute mark. And there'll be a long quarter because we had a 3 or 4 minute stoppage there with the play, with 2 players coming off with the blood rule. Here we go now for the boundary throw, and it goes down. Out they go. Here's it hard to see now. Here's Stuart Dew, comes out the right foot, up towards Binky. Gee whiz, they'd be lost without him in this last quarter. Fires will, goes towards the half. forward line towards Central District. Cap back towards the centre. Here's Saywell. Saywell gets it back towards Cutter. Cutter goes up and under. What can the player there in the arenas do? He can't get it. Brian Lees gets it. Good mark. He'll come good now by the look of it. He goes in short, although nearly outpointed each other. Comes towards Philippo. Philippo's got it. Jason Ray's got the old cramp. Running out of leg trap. Philippo goes up, or should have taken it with Geister. Here's Squirt. Do you think he went for the Central Whyalla footy club with that kick? Nowhere near where he's going for goals. Well, it was good play, just to hold the game up, Ricky, wasn't it?
Needing to be held up, and it was a good option by Stephen.
4 points for the Doggies, 12-14 place 13-5. Haven't been in front all day, but they are now, and that's all they needed to be.
Need more out of Ryan as it's an half forward. He's getting pushed under the ball by Leeds.
Wants a bit of fire, says Ricky McGowan. Take a mark. No, he hasn't. Here's a bit of magic from McCann. Gets it over to Fowler. Look at the pace here for Fowler. He bounces through the centre. Here's the third. He gets it. He's gone. No. He's got it out. What a Samuel's kick. He's got it out there to
Brad
Willis. Willis goes towards Lockwood. The non-fly fans are gone reasonably quiet, but there's both of the old supporters. Bowen Lockwood's got a shot from 20 metres out from goal, directly in front. 23 minutes are gone. The Doggies are 4 points in front. What do you think, Ricky McGowan?
I hope he converts, because in that third quarter he missed 2 set shots from similar distance. So just hope Bowen can put it through, and I'm sure he can.
On the Port Power list, Bowen Lockwood still?
Yes, he still is, yes.
And he'll be looking to do well. He's kicked 2 goals this afternoon and evening. And we'll see what happens. 86 plays 84. Gee whiz, it's close. No doubt about that. In he comes. Bowen Lockwood, very deliberate. He knows how important this is at the 23-minute mark. He's kicked it. The Doggies in front. And the repeat of footy club scoreboard. Live at NFL Footy. And your choice, ICS. Back in the centre, here's a big fella in Moller. He's done well. I think it was Moller. Yes, it was. He's done well. But here goes Port Adelaide. They've got it out towards the player there in Odds. It was towards full forward. Getting back there was Reavers. He couldn't get it. Handball out. Oh, they're defending stoutly. Working hard back there. The Port Adelaide Magpies as well. Oh, there's plenty of Doggies players though. He got it out wide, the player back there, and it'll go over the boundary line. When it was Geister. No, it won't go over. Well kept in by Vines. Got it to Borlace. Borlace onto the boot. Over towards the player in late. No, it's not. It's Gerald Polton. And Polton's got it on the 50-metre line. It is 9 points the difference. 14 take 5 is 9 in anybody's language. And the Doggies are in front. It's right up there though. Here's Ambrose. Can't get it. Little fella there in Hahn. Hahn can't get it. Holding the ball, he says. It's not though. Oh, Hunt's got it smothered. Good play. Round the body by McGuinness. I think he's picked a sausage roll. He has. Philip McGuinness brings the Magpies within 3 points. 14-5 plays 13-14. Central District in front by 3 points on the Rupena Footy Club scoreboard. This is 5-5 footy.
If you're looking for a truly special gift,
commentary box here to the players. And why not, Ricky, because your boys are in front. So it's 3 points as the ball goes towards Port Adelaide's half-forward line. But Scotty Lee, we've played... Gee, was right. I know the scoreboard's gone off now. Gee whiz, it's about 29 minutes, I reckon.
Holding up play.
And they're holding up play. There certainly can't be a lot of time left. Scotty Lee got it to Cotter. Cotter's been called to play on. Well, they're going backwards. You've got to be a bit positive, perhaps, do you? Here he goes towards Moller. Can he grab it? Yes, he can on the half-back line. Central District by 3 points. Exciting footy. Don't yell out down there now, Ricky. He's been yelling out in this last quarter. Here he goes now towards Mazurowski. Up they go, 2 players. And it goes over the boundary line right in front of our commentary position. 14-5 Port Adelaide. Central District 13-14. 3 points for the Doggies. Have come from nowhere. They've come from 25 points down at 3/4 time to be in front by 3 points. Here it comes again. The light's taking effect now. Comes towards Borlake. He can't get it out. Home tackled him hard. Hard play in there now. Can Centrals get it out? Here's Patton, where he usually is at the bottom of the pack. Nobody can get it out, mate. They all fall on top of it. And precious seconds for your boys, Ricky McGowan.
So they've got to hold it up there or push it to the line. Just waste a bit of time.
They've scored 6 goals this quarter to 1 goal. And that's why they're in front by 3 points. Down the bounce down, comes towards Stuart Dew. Port Adelaide on the run. Here they all, here's Bowes. It's an important touch. Gets it in, good kick. How called the umpire. Oh, he should have caught that, Paul Evans. He took it a bit too calmly, and he's dropped it from about 20 metres out from goal, and it's gone on under the pack once again.
He's unlucky not to get a high tackle.
He was, I think, Ricky McGowan. Well called. A fair call by the Central District champ. Anyway, the umpire's got it. He'll bounce it down. We're in Port Adelaide's 50 zone, about 40 metres out. Here's Cotter. Cotter will go short to Holm. Good play, and Holm gets the footy. In fact, we're saying, hang on a minute, the umpire knows. He just says, be careful there, son. You'll get a free kick for down the field if you keep slapping them like that after disposal. Here's Holm. He doesn't care how long it takes to kick it. He's on the half-back flank. He wants to get it up in his attacking zone. Can't be far away from the final siren. The Doggies have come from nowhere. They're 3 points in front. Nobody can get his Platten. They're playing ping-pong with it at the moment. Platten showing experience. Falls on top of the footy, grabs it in, and his men fall on top of him. And valuable seconds. Yes, Rick?
Platten did well there. He's 2-1, and he held the ball up. Waste a bit of time.
Yeah, if they win, I'm sure you want to get down with the boys. We want to get a few comments off you. There's plenty of time tonight. So the ball goes down from the umpire once again. There's Big Jake. Gets over to Hobbs. Good running footy now over to Byron. Here's Ashley. He's over here. Holds himself from 52 metres out. Up there the player in Evans. Couldn't quite get it. Goes over the boundary line. Well, she's out of bounds. Right by the behind post. And Port Adelaide, gee whiz, they're desperate. They've had the attack in the last couple of minutes. Can't be long to go. We must be about 29 minutes in this last quarter. A little bit of injury time, of course, because of those passive heads. It's the Doggies by 3 points, 13-14. Place 14-5 on the Rupina Footy Club scoreboard. Right in there, can Port Adelaide get a goal? They need a goal to get the lead back. Oh, who's kicked that from nowhere? Oh, don't tell me. It hit the post. The goal umpire must say it hit the post.
The umpire didn't see it.
No, the central umpire says it hit the post. Oh, that's an absolute shocking decision. That's one of the worst decisions you will see. It's going to cost Central District the goal of the game. The Port Adelaide in front. They've kicked their 16-5 place 13-14. Live footy on your choice, 5CX.
Great place to relax after the game.
Here we are in the final side of sounded at Whyalla's Bennett Oval. You couldn't get a much closer game, but the Magpies have come up
The doggies did well, but a very dubious decision there at the end. We're not blaming anybody really, but the field umpire rushed in. It definitely hit the post. 5,000 people here saw it hit the post. Field umpire ran in to adjudicate. I don't know what you would have done with a Popsy, but field umpire couldn't have seen as well. He called all clear, and a goal counted. That's all that mattered, and the Magpies have got up. Port Adelaide Magpies, 15-5, have defeated the Central District Bulldogs by 3 points. They scored 13-14. We'll give that last guy